That was immediately my thought. And then, I know what the movie's about. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
see, then, like, those of us that went in blind, we're not imagining, like, okay, this was about sex in the first place. So that was just, we just thought she was just fucking crushed or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you
Well,
don't know.
you didn't assume when Isai told you what the movie was about?
Yeah, I knew. He said it was like sex and demons, but.
Yeah.
Sex and demons, bro.
You kind of gave it away, so.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
bro.
we heard how Eastside sums up movies just now, guys.
Death taco, the death taco, huh? The death taco, the death taco, huh?
Welcome to the Death Taco Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and today I'm joined by the No Solutions Gang. You guys want to go and introduce yourselves?
Go right to left or left to right.
Left or right?
All right.
Go ahead. No, I'm just fine. My name's Isai.
I'm Mia.
And I am Mark.
And,
That's pretty simple.
full disclosure, I am related to half of this table. I'm not good at math. Is that half?
2/3. 2/3.
2/3. Through extension, by you, I guess.
Yeah,
somewhat.
technically. I mean, we're all
Distant
Mexican
cousins. Yeah.
We're all Mexican, yeah.
All
You go
Mexicans
down the
are
line,
related.
we're related somewhere.
somewhere,
Yeah.
which makes it hard to date other Mexicans.
Bro. Who you telling?
All right. God.
That's a very specific thing to complain about right now.
I'm super glad that you asked us to do this like during the day because I'm like completely terrified of scary movies. So I was like, I cannot leave here in the dark and like drive home and just
Yeah,
So,
you did.
Seen
thank you.
something, you know.
Right on,
My
right on.
imagination was like everywhere.
So today we've gathered here to talk about a 2014 American supernatural horror film called It Follows, directed by David Robert. Now, did you guys all go into this blind?
Yeah.
You guys had seen like a trailer, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
No, what do you mean?
Oh, so you guys had literally no idea what it was?
No.
Aside from what I
nothing.
told you.
No.
No.
And how did I describe the movie to you?
You said it was pretty much a sex movie where the demon is attached to everybody who. I'm sorry. Wait, I started.
Yeah, see.
I love putting people on the spot. I do it on purpose,
Can
bro.
you cut that out? in my head, dog. My fault.
I told you to watch
Don't
this sex
spoil
movie, bro.
the movie.
No, I know. See, wait.
I know,
gotta
see,
think,
with the
'cause
Nisa
I forgot.
relay that-
I was
Alright.
trying to think exactly what you said.
All right, better game. So that was his attempt. You next.
I honestly.
How would you like sum it up without like
Giving it away.
giving it away?
Ooh. Stigma. I would say it was like a stigma on STDs.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
No, I get it. Yeah. See, that's what I said too. See, because at first when you told me about it, you said, "Oh, we're gonna watch a movie. It's like about sex and demons." You kind of got my hopes up there. I was like, "All right, sounds
That's what I
interesting."
took from what
So
you
I think
told.
Isai kind of
You like put it in everybody's
misinterpreted,
head.
Exactly.
what you
Yeah.
had told him.
Yeah. Then later, I'm like, "What is this? Pretty much like the horror version of AIDS, like the
Right.
scary movie."
Yeah.
Pretty
Like,
much.
Yeah.
I don't think that deep into it.
Well, I'm just
Like,
saying.
don't get it.
Yeah, I know. I just took
Don't
it
get
face
it.
value.
So how would you sum it up, Mark?
So I would sum it up as it's pretty psychological. Let's say a sexual psychological thriller. Let's say that.
Sexual psychological thriller.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. For a horror, I mean, like, it has its aspects, but it was like keeping you in suspense more than trying to scare you.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, like a brief synopsis of the movie, right? It's about this young chick. She bangs some guy, and he immediately tells her, like, "Oh, I've given you the shittiest STD in the world."
Yeah.
And now she's going to be followed by an unknown presence. And that's kind of more or less what the movie is about, is this girl trying to get away with it or get away from it while also trying to figure out how to stop it. And that's pretty much the movie in a nutshell. So this is essentially what I told Isai in the message was it's the cursed vagina. The cursed cock, you know?
Yeah.
Whoever sleeps with a person, they're being followed by this presence. Now, this isn't like a new trope. We talked about this on your guys' show. There's the cursed videotape, the cursed cave, the cursed everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of things that you could relate this to. Is there any like parallels you guys got from it to other movies? Like, I feel like this is pretty unique though at the same time.
Like you said, like the other ones, like usually it's like the Ring series. You watch a videotape, you're cursed, or so. This is different that it's sex. I think this is the first time I've seen that like you get the curse through sex. So I guess there was another movie I'm trying to think of.
I think the thing just popping up everywhere was similar to like Happy Death Day. How that thing that was following that girl just kind of popped up.
Okay, so it could just kind of be wherever it wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely, I like the mythology the movie set up. Like, it was kind of its own story. Didn't give away a lot. It left a lot to the imagination.
Oh, for sure.
And the way the director did it intentionally was he wanted this like almost this Happy Day like scenario, right? Like, everything is perfect, everything looks pretty, nothing necessarily looks out of the ordinary, but it's just there's such subtle things that you can tell something's off.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys gather that throughout the movie?
Yeah, there's certain points where I mean, like, I was very confused just on what they were going for as far as their time period.
Exactly.
Like,
It was intentionally done. Did you guys catch on that, like, you can't, there was old TV sets.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
But
yet-
they had, like, really high-tech smartphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her cell phone was a shell. I'm like, what the? Okay,
So-
but you got an old ass 50s TV, and they went to a movies that was literally showing like
Old ass.
like a cartoon or something. I can't remember what they saw, but it was super old.
I didn't even pay attention to that part when they're in the movie theater.
Yeah, in the movie theater, it was a bunch of old posters. It looked like something you'd see from like the 1960s.
So it makes you think, like, do you guys think this could have been set in, like, an alternate reality? So maybe, this is a whole nother dimension, possibly.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I like to think that like each horror movie is its own dimension.
That would be cool.
Yeah, because I mean, that'd be pretty shitty if they were all in the same one. That's a lot of fucking horror to go through.
That was what was cool about that movie, The Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
You guys ever seen that?
Yeah, I
No,
have.
I didn't see that.
You guys got to watch that.
That's a good one. You reviewed that one yet?
No, it's on the list, though.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Fucking, just pretty much the idea that, like, I don't know if I want to spoil the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
I might save that one because
Yeah.
I was about to ruin that movie.
I know,
entirely.
right? I could do that too for that one.
Which one were you about to say?
The Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember who directs that.
It
It's not the fucking Buffy the Vampire Slayer guy, Joss Whedon, is it?
no, it is because I think that's because that movie came out before.
The Avengers movies?
Yeah, because that's where Chris Hemsworth and
God,
he
got casted for Thor after
yeah,
that.
right. Because
okay.
he saw him in that. So it was leading. I think it was Josh Whedon. I'm pretty sure it was Josh Whedon. Yeah, but that's for another time. Yeah. That's another.
No,
time.
yeah, but to include you guys.
No,
so-
I know, but
no,
we're just like.
I know. So, like, I hadn't seen this movie. You guys, none of you have seen it. I saw this when it first came out because I remember I had read like an article on Yahoo News when it was doing the fucking circuits at the film festivals in the mid, 2010s. So I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. So I'll check it out. And that was like 5 years ago. So I pretty much went into this re-blind. Like, I knew big points, what was going to happen and shit. But for the most part, I watched this fresh also. I forgot there's some genuinely terrifying moments in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hella.
Like, would you guys, scariness, like not the actual movie, but scariness, 1 to 10, what do you guys go?
Well, I feel like there weren't a lot of like jumping points. Mm-hmm. Like there was one oh let me not go into depth, but
Go ahead.
no, I would say like 6 maybe.
So middle of the road scary
Yeah.
for you.
For me, I say
For
7.
me, because I'm not big on like scary movies, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm a 7.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys, you guys give some
Just
high
'cause-
numbers. I'm
just
thinking
it's that paranoid type.
No, I
scary,
guess the
Yeah.
paranoid, but I'd give that like more of a 4 factor, just because I say that because of the demon itself. It's just so regular ass people, and you're distracted by the fact that half the time it's a naked woman.
Not the dude, the tall dude, the freaky looking tall dude.
So the one that was super tall in the bedroom. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I got more or less distracted by what the fucking thing looked like versus what it actually was.
Now, my argument to that, though, how effective in a horror movie have you ever seen a demon well done?
Valid.
Like I'm thinking of Annabelle. Like Annabelle tries to put an actual demon in the movie,
Right.
and to me it looks ridiculous.
No, that's true too. Like, there's times like it was also in the Insidious movies, like the red demon that followed
red-faced demon,
Yeah,
bro.
like that's
I remember
like
those. I
super cartoony for a demon, even like especially for
Like
a
it's
demon.
hard to conceptualize a demon, bro. 'Cause
It
how
is.
do you like surmise what is like supposed to be the most terrifying entity to any of us? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the scariest like one I've ever come in contact with in a movie would be like from Sinister. Like that one kind of freaked me out. Just
The
because
actual
of
guy,
yeah,
the entity, or Bagul.
yeah, Bagul.
Yeah.
No, like that's the scariest. But like this, just because it was normal people, it's a little hard for me to get behind it.
See, I think I'm the opposite. I think
Really?
that's really effective for me because for me, I'm like, okay, this isn't what you really look like, but you're hiding with the mask of a
Right.
friendly face or a normal
Yeah.
person.
Didn't they say that in the movie too? That it could be someone you know or love.
It appears as either someone you know, someone you don't know, or someone you love. Which they do some really fucked up stuff with that.
Yeah. And
For sure.
so we were also wondering, how does that go? Like all those people that show up as the person that she doesn't know, were those people affected by it in the past?
I don't think so because there were some people that were her friends that like had no interaction with this thing whatsoever. It's purely fucking with like the psyche of whoever has this, STD.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of rules and stuff I don't understand. The movie doesn't really explain, so we're going to kind of get into that as we go through the movie, kind of talk about specific things. But I feel like that was a pretty good lead up to this actual, review of the movie, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get into spoiler territory now. So I suggest if you haven't seen this, stop right here and go check out the movie. And we're going to spoil the fuck out of it. Let's go. All right. So the movie starts, right, with a girl kind of like running out of a house. And she looks flustered. She's like standing in the middle of the streets. It looks like middle class suburbia.
Right.
Regular block. Kind of like I got Haddonfield vibes from Halloween. You guys seen the Halloween movies?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not all.
Think Happy Days. Just fucking the perfect, ideal fucking subdivision you could live in. And she looks flustered. She's looking all over the place. And her neighbors are asking her how she's doing. I think her dad comes out of the house and asks her how she's doing. And I'm good. When evidently the bitch is not good.
Yeah, she did a full one, like a 360 just around her neighborhood.
Yeah, she did like a weird jog like around the street and then into the house.
Yeah, see, like right there off the bat, you're obviously confused. Like, all right, what the hell is she running from? Why would she do it in a circle?
Why would she wear high heels?
Yeah, I know.
Didn't she end up running to a beach or something?
Well, she goes back in the crib, comes out, hops in the car, and then goes to a beach. And I don't know why the fuck you'd go to a beach at night, leave your headlights on, pointed at yourself
Yeah.
only. And she's like hugging her knees or some shit in the sand. And doesn't she call her dad and tells her dad, like, I love you and all that stuff. And she keeps looking off into the distance.
Right.
And she's seeing something that we can't see. And then it's the next morning, guys. And somebody described this scene to me.
Okay, I thought someone was laying on top of her, like 69 position, because
Just because of the
the feet were in her face.
Yeah, yeah.
As if someone was laying on their belly upside down on them.
Or just on top of her in general in
And then it
regular sex
pans.
position.
No, because the feet were on the head,
if I were to imagine.
like
No,
close
no,
to
no,
the
no.
face.
We're about to learn a lot about each other today, guys. So let me tell you what I do, okay?
I don't know what your 6'9" position
No.
is, but
Okay, let's go into it a little bit. So it
Go into
pans
your
over,
position?
and her legs were folded back.
Only one leg was folded back.
Yeah, only one.
Oh, okay. I
One
thought
leg
it was
looked like
both.
if it was like pulled back and then it snapped.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Her
so-
feet were by her face.
Okay, so what's your guys' theory on what this thing does to kill people? Because that's our first clue.
Well, I didn't. Well, what we see later on, and which we'll talk
I know.
about, it gets. I don't know. I don't want to.
But you get like,
yeah.
even without talking about that, you get idea of what it looks like happened. Like, did you guys register right away what happened? What looked like it happened?
Just kind of fucked her up, like mangled her. That's just bent her. Like I see that a lot in other horror movies. Like when anytime they kill someone, they just for some reason decided like just fuck them up like that.
That was good sound
sound
effects.
effect. I know.
That reminded me of Final Destination, one of the like the fourth one or something. There's one. You know what that's about, right?
No?
People who
Oh yeah.
people
Well, I
who
know the
cheat
concept.
death.
Yeah,
Death hunts after them, and they're dying in these like weird, crazy,
okay.
accidental ways.
just getting knocked off one by one.
And one of the accidental ways is a gymnastics accident in one of the fucking movies. So when the bitch is doing like the spinning bars, she slips or lets go, and when she lands, her fucking torso like folds
Scorpion.
over,
Oh my god.
and like her legs are folded behind her back. It looked just like that to me.
Yeah.
But no, so when I saw this scene, the first thing that popped into my head was literally these words was, "Oh, she got fucked to death."
Jeez.
Is that what it looked
Yeah.
like? That was what I thought immediately.
I didn't
Yeah.
even think about it.
Because she's like on her back, legs kind of open, one leg bent over, like it looks like if it pushed, and
Right.
Yeah.
that was immediately my thought. And then, I know what the movie's about, so I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
see, then,
Yeah.
like, those of us that went in blind, we're not imagining, like, okay, this was about sex in the first place, so that was just, we just thought she was just fucking crushed or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you
Well,
don't know.
you didn't assume when Isai told you what the movie was about?
Yeah, I knew, he said it was like sex and demons, but.
Yeah.
Sex and demons, bro.
kind of gave it away, so.
Yeah, I know,
Hey,
bro.
we heard how Eastside sums up movies just now, guys.
I don't get into the shit.
Nah, you're good, bro. But yeah, so that's our first like kind of shock scene. At this point, I can't remember if it was a jump scare. Was it? It kind of was, I think, because the camera just kind of goes.
Yeah.
Did it get you guys?
I was waiting for it.
Nah.
You know.
Do you have any like techniques so you don't get scared when you know it's coming?
My baby's laying right next to me, so I'll play with the baby. When I think something's gonna-
You don't even watch the movie.
Nah,
you're just
if I feel like something's about to come up, I'm
All of a
like,
sudden, the phone comes out, bro.
yeah, right.
Just watch fucking twerk videos.
Yeah, pretty much just a distraction. Anytime, like, obviously you're gonna know it's gonna come because the suspense in the movie, they use that how do they do? It was like a slow, not a piano, but it was just like a.
But it's like they lead up to
Yeah,
like,
but
you know it's
usually
coming.
any time that scenario happens in my head, I'm like, oh, here it comes. Get ready,
Yeah.
it's coming. I'm just
Like
you're
Jaws.
aware of it.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell, especially being a film buff.
yeah.
I can also see like where it's headed, and I'm like, oh, okay. And something I learned at a really young age, right? I'm talking like 8 years old, is if scary part's coming up, and I learned this in the movie theaters. If I clench my ass as hard as I can, I can't jump.
Isai's trying it.
You guys
right
could try it. All right. Let me know. Get back to me, audience.
now. Let me know if it works.
I
Right.
forgot what movie it was, but I wasn't even there. But Leo and I think my mom were at a scary movie, and he said there was this one part where he didn't expect the shit at all, and my mom was right there next to him, and she jumped, and Leo said he jumped to where he was literally a foot out of his chair, and he was like as scary as he's ever been in his life.
Nah, yeah. I did that for. I saw the Dawn of the Dead remake, the one where they're at the mall. I went to the movies with my dad to see that, and I don't know how old that movie is. Is it 2004?
It's pretty old.
So I'm 12, maybe. And there's one part. It's the most forgettable jump scare in the world, bro. Like a zombie just goes like this on a window, bro. And I stood up out of my chair and I had to act like I was stretching. I'm talking about normal people would jump. I stood straight the fuck up in the movie theater, bro. And I just had to kind of go
He played it off.
arms out.
Everybody behind you, sit down. I'm gonna watch. Oh, my bad. I gotta stretch.
Oh my god.
But ever since then, that's when I developed my technique. That was the day when I started training. That's kind of like my memory, like never again.
Never again.
Never forget. But
Oh,
no,
that's great.
Yeah, I've never been a real big scary movie person.
I don't blame you, dude.
I was that kid with nightmares because of them. Yeah.
I still am. Like, shit. Like, I'm thinking about it too much. Not that it necessarily scares me in my nightmares. Because, like, at this point in age, I've learned... It's weird. I've learned to figure out, oh, shit. This is a scary dream. I already knew it. I already know what's going to happen.
Definitely makes you paranoid.
It does.
Yeah.
That's what I get. Like
Yeah.
I don't have nightmares, but I
Anxiety.
definitely get more like if I hear a noise, like
Yeah.
it's more than just like a burglar most of the time in my head.
You know what I thought too, though? I feel like it's kind of like, I would say, important to like watch horror films because then you're like more terrified of stuff when you don't expect it. You know what I mean? So like for me, I don't normally watch scary movies. So if I were to ever experience something like that, like I'd be completely freaked out. But if I watch movies, I'm like, okay, this is just like some scary movie shit.
Well, yeah,
know?
that's the point of most of those like old wives' tales, like Little Red Riding Hood and all that shit. Like that teaches you not to. They used to tell that to kids not to go in the woods because there might be a fucking wolf out there.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
Pilgrim time, that was a real thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's learned lessons pretty much.
Right.
I mean, now with movies and stuff, it's been exaggerated and shit, obviously. But that's like the initial reason for it is people are supposed to take away from it, like, don't fucking do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this one is.
It's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, don't be a whore.
Yeah. Don't sleep around.
Don't sleep around.
But
That's
you have
fine.
to.
Well, yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah. See.
what you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah, I mean,
You can't get rid of herpes that way, you know?
I guess by not so I can't get rid of them by not sleeping with someone, so I might as well sleep with someone. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm just.
Let's might as well spread herpes. Thanks a
Oh
lot,
my God.
Isai. God.
All right, so after the beach scene, right?
Yeah.
Now we're in a swimming pool in a backyard. Dope fucking swimming pool. Big as fuck. There's a blonde white chick. And I got hippie vibes because they're showing like her looking at like different animals and trees and shit. She's trying to smell fucking flowers while she's in a pool. She's really just inhaling chlorine. And there's some kids perving out behind a fence.
I know.
like
They
They
peeking
did a
over.
lot. They were doing that a lot.
Bro, there was a lot of little it was one pervert kid, right?
Yeah.
They got extreme with it towards the middle of
Bro, the kid's my fucking hero, bro. He did some Navy SEAL shit.
That was the first part that I thought was gonna be like someone staring at her like a demon, but it was just fucking little pervs, you know.
You know,
And,
I could. Sorry, I'll let you go.
You're good. I'm gonna go ahead and go through like sections. So I'll just
Okay.
machine gun, then I'll stop, and we'll kind of. So then her sister, I think, comes up to her. This girl's name is Jay, by the way. Did you guys gather names? I had really a hard time fucking picking up names in this.
I only heard Jay. They just kept talking about Jay. I didn't really pay attention to anybody else's name.
Yeah, I didn't either. Like I'm fucking taking notes and I struggled.
Yeah.
A lot of it's like the girl, the friend, the
Yeah.
brother. But anyways, so Jay's sister comes up to her. She asks her like, "What you doing tonight?" And Jay's like, "Oh, I'm about to fucking go out and get wild with some dude." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And after this, Jay goes inside, and she has the kick it house. All of her friends are over.
Yeah.
They're all chilling around. And did you guys catch that the mom was in the background, like in a dining room? And she never says one word. The camera never pans over her. She's just kind of in the background. She looks like she's not really there. Like, it reminds me of like video game avatars that don't really have a purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
This was a very like the teenager oriented. Like no, like there was no adults. It was just the teenagers, pretty much.
This was very like it created this atmosphere of Neverland, Peter Pan. You know, there's no adults really. Like they're there, but they're not necessarily in the story. I think it was filmed that way intentionally because, like you guys said, you didn't catch the mom sitting in the background. She's just back there with her hands on the table. She never turns her head. She doesn't even look like she's breathing. She's just there the whole time throughout this whole interaction, and
Why
it's
do you
so
think-
subtly done.
Why do you think they did that?
I think to show that there's a disconnect between parents and their kids. That's like the message, I believe.
What year was this in? 2014, right?
2014
I guess that's like right around the time that technology and shit
was starting.
starting to like blow up more, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And also during this part, that's when we noticed that one of her friends has this crazy ass shellfish phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like double sided.
It's like a makeup mirror.
Yeah, yeah.
With touchscreen on it.
With the screen on both sides. And we see that she has that, but they're watching a fucking old tube TV
Right.
with a dial and shit on it. So it's, I don't know, it sets up like this is its own, it wants to be timeless. You're not supposed to be able to tell when the fucking movie's made.
Yeah. Plus the fact that everybody was fucking swimming, but at the same time everybody's wearing coats. Is it cold or is it hot?
Exactly. Like it
Literally.
creates this very euphoric, dreamlike setting intentionally. I think like it feels like you're just kind of watching a dream, which
Yeah.
I thought was cool.
Shit. I didn't even think about it that way. You're going to make me think about it when I'm dreaming now. Jesus.
So we end up finding out that Jay's going to a movie with the guy. I think, fuck, I don't know the guy's name, but anyway, so she's going with this white dude.
Jeff.
His name ends up being Jeff, but he tells her a fake
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
But we'll go with Jeff. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's Jeff.
So they're waiting in line, and Jay randomly goes, "Hey, let's play a game, guys." What was the game?
Yeah, it was essentially just whose life would you rather be in? That's what she said first. And then she's like, all right, pick someone and I'll guess whose life you probably wanted to be.
Yeah, the game requires them to kind of look at their surroundings, right? And they're surveying different people, and they're like, you got to guess which one of these people I want to switch lives with and why. Mm-hmm. So, who does she want to switch lives with? Or, yeah, who does she want to switch? Or has he picked for her? Or him?
He picks first, right?
He picks first.
Yeah.
The little boy.
It's a little boy because he wants to start over.
Right.
Which, I don't know if that was foreshadowing for anything. I can't tell.
I kind of think so. I think, I mean, like we learn later on that he has the curse. Mm-hmm. And so he's probably, this is just like a relaxing moment. He's like, you know what, if I could have redone this
So
and not ended up.
In his mind, do you think he's like, if I was that little boy, I couldn't have fucked that demon?
Something. Something, obviously.
Like low key, I guess. So then they're in the actual movie theater sitting down. And now it's his turn to guess for her. Mm-hmm. And as he's looking around for who she can be guessing, he points off into nowhere and he goes, oh, the chick in the dress. Yeah. There's no chick in the dress there. Checks a couple times. And that's his cue to get up and they dip out of the movie theater. And we don't know why this is happening. She doesn't know why this is happening. Mm-hmm. I think they just dip? Or no, they go to like a diner. They eat. Mm-hmm. She kind of brushes off this like really strange thing.
Yeah.
Like I would assume like this dude's got like issues with people and he's running from somebody.
Yeah, that's what she said. She was like, was it just an ex or was it someone else trying to talk to you? And he's just ignoring her. And they went to dinner. And that's when they start panning over in the background too. And that's when they start slowly going towards the window. And we may not known whether or not this was what was It Follows, but you're just watching people just kind of like slowly towards.
It ends up focusing on one guy in particular, looking like it's walking towards the diner.
Right.
Did you guys catch all that like live as you were watching it?
Like when she leaned forward and then you saw him and then she leaned back. And
yeah. Mm-hmm. Like there's definitely hints that, you know, something is up at this point. Mm-hmm. So now it's a different night because there's some scene again where she's interacting with her sister or friends. And then now we go to another night. Now she's going out with this guy again. And he takes her through some shady woods. The guy's got a 6-pack of some brewskis. And while they're like out together, he puts his like hand on her knee, and uses fucking Old Reliable, you know.
Oh, we're like,
he uses Eastside's move, bro.
No, I'm this one. I'm like the walk over the shoulders.
Or the yawn.
No, that's too generic. I got to do the walk.
He does like a moonwalk over the shoulders. And so she's like, actually, she's the one who initiates. Let's go to your car.
And they get it on.
And they bang in the car with the fucking light on, which was interesting to me. They made sure to turn the light on in the car. And it's in like in a parking lot in front of an abandoned building. Mm-hmm. And at least they showed that she waited till the second date, right? So we're not like we can't completely judge this chick.
Yeah, she's got some class.
She's a little classy, you know. Second date.
She liked him enough, I guess. She thought it was something real. And then he was just playing her.
And also, the fuck was I gonna say?
I want to add that we learned that she kind of barely knew him.
Did she barely know him?
Right?
Day 2?
She knew the side he
like
made
without
out.
getting into it too far.
Right. Oh yeah, because like she didn't know about his crib and stuff.
Yeah. She knew
Or
like
his name.
Or his social media, but we don't know if social media is a thing in this universe.
True. I mean, he gave her like the whole backstory. So she knew him in a certain way, not the real way though. But
But to go off what you said right now, even the phone was like a Kindle type.
It was just like reading,
letter,
right?
Yeah. So it's like it's super weird how they did all that.
It was definitely its own thing.
Yeah.
But no, I was gonna say also something that was kind of weird for me was I don't know if they ever addressed her age. Because to me,
They
bro,
addressed his.
they did.
Yeah.
How old was he?
21.
21. Because to me, bro, this girl looked 14.
shit.
Well, I feel like it was like her basically like transitioning, you know?
Her going into womanhood,
Yeah.
a little bit. I mean, she was already
She
banging
wasn't a
dudes in
virgin,
cars.
right?
I don't think she was a virgin.
Yeah.
Those are some like late game moves. You know what I'm saying? She did some audibles in there.
That
And
suck if she was a
they,
virgin and got the curse.
They touched on her being a nature girl again in that scene too, because she was.
She had some monologue. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember, but she was laying in that back seat.
She's like, "Do you ever remember being a baby?"
And I thought it
that's
was
right.
weird that she opened the car door to mess with the grass outside of the car.
You know what I thought was weird is that dude's like bare ass was on that seat she put her face on. Cause she like opens the door, bro, and she like sits
Just laying
cross armed and she's like this, and I'm like, that dude's ass cheeks were just like right where your fucking arms are.
That's disgusting.
Am I wrong?
So sweaty.
No, that was like,
Oh, what the fuck?
She's all like fucking rubbing her fucking face on it. And so she's doing this, and the guy goes around to the trunk.
He was back there for like 10 minutes.
And the camera intentionally isn't showing it, but the sound is audible that he's fucking around with something.
Yeah.
So she's off in her own world. Evidently, the guy did a good job because she's fucking endorphins are going crazy or some shit. So the guy comes back in the car through the back seat, and we got like the camera's just on her face, and he's kind of slowly climbing over her back. He looks like he's playing with her hair, kissing her shoulder and shit, right?
That's what I thought.
And you subtly see his arm reaching up, and he goes into his back pocket, and he pulls out a cloth.
Yeah, you fucking
I thought it was
chloroformed
going to be a
her.
knife.
No. It was dirtier. It was chloroform.
Fucking chloroform.
Fucking knocks the bitch out.
Yeah.
And she wakes up some unknown time later, and now she's inside that abandoned building they were in front of, fucking tied to a chair, in lingerie. The guy at least threw a blanket over her lap. And this is where he explains the rules. He was like, all right, you're going to get chased by this thing. It's going to look like someone either you know or love or someone that you don't know. You're not going to know who it is. You just got to know it's coming, and it's not going to stop. And I thought this was kind of cool of the guy because he could have just fucking banged and ran.
Yeah, but then we learned that it's important. If anything, he's super smart about it. He had to make sure that she knew what to do because the rules go, if she gets killed, she'll come back, or the thing will come back to him and try to kill him.
Bro, did he not like do a lottery pick? Was he pick the most resilient fucking chick known to man?
I know. I mean, like, I think in anybody else's scenario, they would have just tried to pass it off. I mean, he did a good job because he ended up being pretty freaked out later about the whole thing. So he was pretty calm and collective throughout their like dating process of trying to score.
All right, so here's a fun topic now that we're here. You guys get this fucking, demon STD. What's the move? Do you live with it or you try to pass it on?
I would definitely try to pass it on.
Hell yeah. Fuck him.
I would try to.
Would you give notice?
Heck yeah.
Absolutely, because if it can come back to me, kind of like Mark said, like I'd let him know, like, hey, you need to pass it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
See, but then there's
that
that-
shit can come back to me.
That judgment. Like, what the fuck are they going to think of you if you tell them this after the fact?
Okay, I'm going to tell you what cogs that are really weird that just fucking moved in my head from you saying that. Because in my head, I'm like, all right, Mia's going to go after like a Navy SEAL to make sure like the demon can't fucking, come after. He's not going to kill a Navy SEAL, bro. The Navy SEAL's going to outrun this thing forever, hopefully. And then in my head, I was like, maybe I should try to fuck a Navy SEAL. So could I give it to a guy, you think?
Yeah,
That's a good question. I would assume.
pretty sure. Although, I mean,
Here's the context, though. Like,
I don't
there's a-
get deep into that because my mind just went way, way worse.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I have questions.
Let's hear it.
Like, do you have to completion?
Yeah.
Once it goes in, is that it?
See, and that's where my mind was going. Either do you have to give it, and for a scenario of like if they're gay,
I thought for
do
some
they
reason,
have to
bro,
get it?
when I thought of the Navy SEAL in my head, I was like, yeah, do I got to take this dude's dick? And it never
not kidding.
processed to me, bro. Like, oh, I
Wait,
can do it to him.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to think about too. Like, do you have to give it, or can someone take it? But I think that's like how any like for a girl scenario, they have to technically get it either way.
And see, like,
Yeah.
are they completing inside? Like, are they getting this chick
That's
pregnant?
the other thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
But
so-
hey, not only are
You
you,
getting chased by a
demon,
demon.
now you got a demon, but
Baby.
you're also pregnant. So you got two things to worry
What
about.
if it's a
now.
demon baby? Because the whole situation.
The baby just comes out walking. It just like straight just fucking foots it out of the room and like goes to the person like and it starts the whole thing. That'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah, the fucking sequel. It crawls.
Nah, but so we know what Mia would do. What about you two?
I would definitely pass it on. Although I would probably, I think I would take. Obviously, there's gonna be part of me that's gonna be like fucking confused about everything that just happened in this scenario. Where I'd be like how she was sad for a couple days. Like I'd probably be just confused and like, all right, what the fuck's going on? And then, you start to see this something happening. And then I think if I learned the rules a bit more clearly and looked at it, I think I would try. And if I was gonna pass it on, like you said, go somewhere far and pass it on that side of the fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
See, but is the demon able to just pop up like within a mile radius of each person that it gets
it walks.
past you?
Literally, it walks to you.
So if you went like across the country, however long like Google says it takes to walk there is how long it would take.
Yeah, I mean,
But that-
I don't know. What's wrong with that?
You
Why
could
would
wait
that be
you could wait half a year probably.
that's
If you know, and you have that whole half a
Or
year to pass
actually,
it.
I would. I changed my mind. I would go to someone who I know is super slutty and sleeps around.
That's probably my move, bro. I'd find like a fucking Kardashian, bro, and just fucking
So,
because of course I could pull one.
worst case scenario, like you do it with someone who does sleep around, it's gonna keep going. And worst case scenario that they end up someone dying later down the line, it's gonna take a while to get back to you. So you do have a bit more time. So
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
but then someone's gonna inevitably get screwed over at the end because she's eventually gonna get there. To that area.
Well, we have no idea how long this curse has been going on either. Like
Or-
this could have been
See,
centuries.
so like, what happens if someone from Europe comes over? The demon STD gets passed on to them, and then they fly back to Europe. How does that demon get across oceans?
Probably walks through the fucking. I picture like Pirates of the Caribbean, bro. It's just footing it
Walking on the
along
bottom
of the fucking ocean.
Oh,
see,
shit.
and part of that I want to get into later because when we learn a bit more about it, like we'll get into it. I'm going to do it again just because there's certain aspects that make the situation a lot easier to handle than I think.
Exactly.
You really
I know what you're
about.
talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, this chick is in this abandoned building. The guy explains to her about this sex demon. And he also pushes her to the fucking edge of this abandoned building and he's like looking for it. And he's like, all right, you see it coming now? And she looks over and in the middle of the night, coming out of the fucking, walking across this parking lot is a naked woman, a white chick. You see full frontal, guys, the whole bush. And yeah. So he lets her get like literally 10 feet away from this bitch, just walking towards her. Like he played it smart as hell. Like he let her know like this is 100% a real thing. Now his next move though, he throws her in his car. They drive to her house. And this dude just tosses this bitch naked in the middle of the street with her sister and her friend outside the house.
Right.
Why?
Why, dude? Why can't you give her some fucking clothes, bro?
Obvious, like it was obvious she believed you. By that time, and he didn't even untie her arms or nothing.
No. And so, obviously her family runs to her. They call the cops. And even when she's talking to the cops, again, to the no adults thing, they never show the cop's face. And she's just kind of looking up and talking. You might hear his voice, I think. And, fucking the next scene is her like she's in the restroom and her mom has like a friend over, but again, you don't see anybody's face. They're just talking to each other. And the mom's friend asks, did she catch anything? And her mom's like, no, thank goodness.
Little does she know.
Right. That's
she
kind of
caught the
one of
worst
those
thing
irony
all.
things. And while she was in the restroom, she was in lingerie again. And she's like looking down at her crotch area, holding her fucking underwear out. I didn't know what she was doing. I still don't know. Any theories?
Yeah, no, I was wondering, but
Maybe some kind of just like, is there something? Like, is
She's
there some
seen
kind of mark?
something?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
My head was, honestly, it was like, oh, it's woman stuff.
right, yeah, it's her time of month.
I wouldn't understand.
No, but like she didn't look terrified or anything when she looked down. She was just like curious.
That's kind of like what Mia said. Maybe that was like her getting into like womanhood or something. But she says later in the movie, like, oh, I've banged before. So.
pant
And then the red ball.
Well, no, before that, so she takes a swig out of the sink, fucking just drinks right out of the tap,
Oh, the
faucet.
water.
And the camera pans out to the house, and that kid is standing outside the fucking window on
Yeah.
a roof watching her again, bro.
that kid's fucking G.
No, dude,
That's so elaborate to fucking throw a ball.
that's
and be able-
extreme.
Is
No,
that what he
would-
did? Oh, that's why you said the big red ball, right?
He threw the ball
At
first to
the
get her attention.
window?
And this man was on the roof under the window.
And how old is this kid, bro?
He
Like
has to
10,
be like
10,
10
or 12.
10,
Yeah.
12, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to get on a roof, though,
That's
that's extreme.
it's very extreme and elaborate. It's like the kid does like parkour or something, man. 'Cause it was a fucking tall roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next scene, now the girl's in class. And did you guys get that she was in college? Because that's what I
That would
read
have looked like
looking at
it
this.
didn't look like a high school.
It did. And that was kind of your first indication it might be college.
What made me think it was high school was when the teacher got upset about her leaving.
Yeah, because in college they really don't give a
Okay.
shit what you do.
Yeah.
Because the girl's listening to a lecture, staring out the window with that old cliche scene, just kind of hand on the head, kind of just looking out the window. And she sees an old woman in like a hospital gown, footing it across the courtyard. Fucking straight beelining it right towards her.
Did you catch the parallel in the lecture that they were given?
I heard something about Lazarus.
Yeah,
and
the
blah, blah, blah.
the Lazarus.
What is that?
Oh, okay. So the Lazarus.
I meant to look it up. You know what that is? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
So it's part of what mythology? I can't remember. But the best case scenario that like a lot of people understand is if you know Batman and his characters, like Ra's al Ghul, he has this. It's called the Lazarus Pit. It's how he stays alive for centuries. What it is essentially is how you escape death and just coming back after dying. And so that's kind of that was like a pretty obvious parallel to these people are dead, or we don't know if they're dead or not, but something keeps coming back, which is what the Lazarus Pit does for.
So that's pretty baller filmmaking. Because like storytelling, whereas it could have just been a lecture about anything, but like you said, it parallels what's actually going on in the movie as we're watching it. But it's background noise, so you
It
have
is.
to actually be listening for it. Which fucking that happens a couple times in this movie.
Yeah.
So the girl sees the old woman, she foots it out of the fucking classroom. She's like, I'm not sure, but still, fuck this shit. And while she's running through the hallways, she tries to tell the woman, like, hello, right? And nobody else is acknowledging this old woman. The old woman doesn't react. She just keeps footing it right towards her. And she's got this really, like, melancholy face. Like, it doesn't look, it's not scary, like you said. It looks like a regular fucking person.
Look like
Yeah,
Betty
just an
White.
old lady.
Yeah. And I don't know, dude, but still, that for me is scary as shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, as people, right, you can tell the difference. Like, say if someone smiles, you can tell if they're really smiling or if they're just smiling. Like, if there's nothing behind it, you can tell, like, it's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
And so for this type of movie, this actual, like, I think they copied a style. There's a photographer, I read it on Wikipedia, that he has this style of shooting photos to where he takes really ordinary scenes, but just with, like, playing with some lighting. He'll put one person in the shot, and it just looks like a horror photo, even though it's literally just a dude fucking standing in a room. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what they went for, you know? Nothing out of the ordinary, but something's off.
Right. Because it was dark in the hallway, wasn't it? If I'm trying to remember.
I don't even think it was that dark.
It was daytime.
I mean, it was shitty lighting, but it was pretty much just a regular hallway. So after this, she goes to her sister's job where they work at an ice cream shop. And this is where we meet, really, her friend Paul and her sister. And she vents to them. They don't believe her. They're kind of like, oh, you're just having PTSD or some shit, you know, something from this event that happened to you. So Paul ends up volunteering very bravely. All right, I'll come over. I'll stay the night. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the man. You know, no pants party. Cool. So Paul comes over to the crib. And the sister's like, no, you're not coming over, bro, because Paul's going to be like humping your leg in your sleep. So they know Paul's a fucking horn dog, bro.
Yeah, I know. He
was trying though.
Yeah, he was. But he had that like that what do you call it? Friend zone vibe, just hardcore throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
It was just kind of awkward. Like you kind of weirdly rooted for him. Like,
Bro,
is
like,
he
have you
gonna
guys
save
ever
the day?
seen Pretty in Pink?
No.
It's an old movie like Breakfast Club. It's one of those fucking movies. And there's this guy named Ducky. It's pretty much that exact concept. He's the hot chick's friend, and you're kind of rooting for him the whole movie. Like, come on, Ducky. So that's what Paul was. Paul was my Ducky. But anyway, so now we're at the crib. So it's Jay, her sister. They got some friend that's a brunette, and Paul. Paul's downstairs on the couch. Everybody else is asleep in the bedrooms, but Jay decides, I can't sleep, so I'm going to come downstairs and lay on this couch with Paul. Fucking dude's like staring at her toes and stuff. He's ready, you know? And they kind of, would you call it flirting what they did, or were they just reminiscing?
Well, I thought he was about to help her out.
They
right
had
there.
a moment. They definitely had a moment of something. Whether or not it was reminiscing or something deeper that they were trying to get to. But
And she went in with just a cover, you know? So, like, I thought she was, like, considering it, too. Because,
He puts it on the table, right?
yeah.
what do you mean?
At this moment?
The cover?
No, the idea of like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, listen.
Oh, right. No,
He's like, listen, I know you're concerned about this, so I guess, you know, I will take the burden upon myself.
I'll take one for the team. Let's have sex. I don't want to, but hey, what are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? Gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. And then it all gets interrupted when we get our first kind of scare.
Well, yeah, but also at this moment, this is like the best shot of the television.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
they're
that
watching
was-
an old black and white movie.
Right.
And this goes to the thing where we don't know when this movie takes place. Because they're
Right.
watching old black and white films on box fucking TVs with dials.
Yeah, and did you notice how they had a TV on top of a TV?
They did. They had one giant TV and then a smaller TV on top of the other TV.
I don't know what that would parallel, but it was weird.
Yeah, it was odd to me.
It's definitely to show that it's just different. But then again, these could have just been like trailer trash people.
No.
Well, I mean, what are you thinking?
Nah,
I don't
it
know.
was just weird.
Yeah.
Mia, from your perspective, in that conversation, do you think it was flirtatious? Was there any undertones, or was it pretty like friendly?
To be honest, I don't know if I seen that part.
You probably weren't paying attention at that time.
No.
Because I don't know, as guys, like for me, sometimes it's hard to tell when like a female's just being nice or when they're flirting.
God, that's
Yeah.
the
There,
worst.
you can definitely tell the difference, I will say.
Well, I was watching
But-
with my girl, and when I was like, "Oh, he's about to take one for the team," she was like, "No, that's not gonna happen." You know, that's not how she talks. But yeah, from. a
But
girl
yeah, I
perspective.
definitely like you. I was like, oh, okay, he's about to tap that ass. But he didn't, because a window breaks in the kitchen and Paul goes to check it out. And he's like, nothing there. He's like, I'm going to go upstairs though. You stay here alone. And I can't remember why he went upstairs. I think he was like, I'm going to go check on everybody else.
He was gonna.
Oh,
go
he
get
was
his
gonna.
sister.
Yeah, he wanted the sister to call the police. That's literally what he said.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just going to check on all the other ladies.
No.
He was like, I got to make sure all these chicks are all right. And so while he's up there, Jay gets up and she's like, you know what? I'm going to take a look myself. And she's kind of just walking. She turns this corner and she goes to her kitchen. And she sees, this happens in like slow-mo, right? Turns her head. There's a woman walking towards her. There was something wrong with the teeth.
A lot wrong with the teeth. Yeah.
She had fucked up teeth. And she was also pissing herself,
Yeah.
I think. And walking towards her. Mascara was
See,
fucked up, right?
I thought it was blood.
Smeared.
I thought it was blood too, but it was pee.
Oh.
You could tell because when it was like falling on the floor, it was all yellowy
Oh.
and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And part of that, it becomes, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so are these just random ass people, or were these once victims? Like, was this a girl that was like raped into the curse? Like, and now she's part of the like system? Like, there were just some weird things about like the people that were in it that made you kind of feel like were these potential victims. Like, half of them are naked. Like, were they raped into the fucking line of people trying to kill each other?
It's possible, man. And for me personally, this scene, scariest part of the movie. Just for me personally. For me, like, I jumped, and as I'm watching it, I was like, oh, this was a lot scarier than I remember. Like, that moment was terrifying to me. How did it register
Yeah.
for you guys? Was it kind of meh or?
I saw it coming, just because like for some reason I was wondering why the dude seemed like he kind of bitched out. He didn't want no part of it, so he went upstairs. Because what would you do if someone
Broke your window. You go outside and you look.
Yeah,
I feel like I've seen it coming because this is like some type of shit that like a crazy ass white girl would go like, oh, what was that noise? Let me go find out. Like
I call it white people gang syndrome.
yeah, and
Yeah.
no one else can see it but her. So I was expecting it because it was her perspective at the time. You know.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm just like, fuck that. She said, hey, go check it out. I'm like, bitch, fuck you. I'm scared too. I'm not gonna go over there.
He pulls a gun out.
Like
I'm
something.
scared.
Like, oh my god.
No, but I mean, yeah, you expect something to be there, but just the specificness of what it was. Like, you don't expect a fucking white woman pissing herself to start
Right.
walking towards somebody. Like, it's an unsettling image. And so she runs away from this woman, goes upstairs, locks herself in her room, right? And then her brother and her sister knock on the door. She lets them in way too fucking easy, by the way. She really quick lets them in, close the door. They're trying to calm her ass down. They hear another knock, and it's the brunette, right? Open the door. You see the brunette. She's got a black hallway behind her. And in an instant, you see some, like, 7 foot fucking
That was
tall,
huge.
skinny
That was
dude.
huge, yeah.
Were his eyes black?
Yeah,
Like, they didn't have any, there weren't eyes, right? They're just black.
yeah, that was definitely the part that I jumped the most.
Yeah, that's definitely a freaky part, too. That'd be second for me.
I was like, oh shit, someone's behind her. And like, we'll get into this later, but there's just so much that bothers me after the movie after you learn the secret of what you can and can't do.
Yeah,
Especially
like
towards them.
the fucking physics for the thing.
Yes, exactly.
That's also, I have things about that also.
Right? Yeah.
So this guy walks into a room behind her friends, and she does, what she's got to do. She fucking jumps out
The
a
window in it.
She opens a balcony door and climbs down the fucking scaffold or whatever it's called. I don't know what a scaffold is, to be honest with you guys.
Sounds right.
The module confibulator,
It's kind of like I guess like a fire escape, like a scaffold, a fire escape. That's the best scenario.
Makeshift scaffold. We're talking too much about scaffolds.
Yeah.
She climbs down the fucking house somehow. Hops in the car, right?
No.
Or
on
no,
a
she
bike.
flips it. Or she gets on a bike.
Yeah.
Goes to a park. And she decides to sit on a fucking swing at night and just stare.
Dude, which I thought was the dumbest shit in the world because behind her was all dark. She's at a park in the middle of these like little woods. Mm-hmm. Anything could have snuck up on it.
Wouldn't that suck? Is you always say if you see this thing, right? You got to always remember what direction it was in. That'd probably be the safest move. Like, say if I'm right here and I'm like, oh, okay, it's coming from right there. So if I run that way,
yeah.
try and remember that way. Because it's never going to, like, veer, right? I'm assuming you're just going to...
No, it goes literally in your same direction. So like if you go straight, it's gonna be straight.
Can it
So,
walk
like,
through walls?
No, we'll talk about that because that was the part that bothered me a lot.
Yeah. But so, her friends eventually catch up with her at this park. Okay, so at this point, her neighbor, who they've been subtly showing in the background, pops up. The pretty boy, that's all I call him. Mm-hmm. Dude with long hair. He's been like low key watching her because it's her neighbor from like afar, watching all the things that's happening. And we see his mom, and his mom's kind of a dime piece. Was it just me?
I don't think I paid attention enough.
I didn't
at
really
that
pay
moment.
attention either.
Like, I knew what was going to happen, so I remember, like, as soon as I saw his mom's, I was like, oh, that one.
That one.
And he pretty much just inserts himself into this group fucking pretty quickly. He's like, I'm going to get my car. We're going to go find this guy.
I think they address it later. I think they had some history just being neighbors. So obviously he wasn't a complete stranger, but it was a weird addition in the middle of the movie.
It was very forced.
Yeah, because he was on a date with another girl like in an earlier part, wasn't he?
No, that's later.
Was that later?
Or it might have been early, but he does it later too, which is, yeah.
I couldn't remember. And it's just kind of showing that he's kind of the sleazy one.
Yeah, because he's well, I'll get into it. So he tags along, and he's like, all right, we're going to go find this dude. We're going to go find, my guy Jeff. And they end up, don't they, how do they find out where to go?
So what they did is when they were trying to figure out, all right, we need to pretty much just find more about the curse. So they went back to the house that he had said he was staying at.
And it was in a shady ass neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
What's fucked up, bro? It looks just like the neighborhood out here. Like they were showing the houses. I was like, oh, they're here. Okay, so they're in my neighborhood.
You
All
were
right.
fucking watching the movie and you just looked out your window.
And you see them.
Like it is that image of like the houses on like Orville and shit. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that part was kind of strange to me. Like he really went through some kind of degree to pretend he was living there. Because they found a picture of him and another girl.
Well, he was really staying there, I think, while he was
Yeah.
on the run from it.
Yeah. But I mean, like...
He was hiding out.
Yeah,
there.
but he need
Maybe
pictures and
that
shit
was the
there?
girl who gave it to him.
That could be it.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, so we're jumping ahead. So they
Yeah,
find
yeah,
his
yeah.
crib,
Yeah, sorry.
and there's like little alarms and like cans strung up on strings on the windows. So
His
he's
security system.
he's got this system to figure out. So I wonder how long he was actually running from this thing. It seems like he might have actually put some time in himself
Yeah.
to have an understanding of these rules like this.
Again, this also comes to... It's not easier for a guy to get rid of the curse than I imagine it would be a girl.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So he probably took him a while to find one that was more or less willing.
And he found a smart one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there is ways for a guy to do it quick, as we learn later on. But so, also, while they're searching this house, did you guys notice him checking out the brunette chick? Like, this dude's just like, I think his name is, what the fuck is his name? I can't remember the guy's name. The pretty boy.
Yeah.
He's like staring at like the brunette's chick's legs while she's standing on a countertop.
Like he's a sleazebag, and we
Yeah,
just
he
see
does it like to all the females in the group at some point.
Right.
So he's just ready to like hit anything, I would assume. I think that's what that implication is. And like you said, while they're looking through the house, they find porn magazines, right?
Yeah.
He's got, and there's like 20
Tissue.
tissues like
Yeah.
all over the floor.
Yeah. And then the pretty boy just picked it up. Not the pretty boy, the other dude.
Does he pick up the tissue or the magazines?
He picks up the magazine and knocks the tissue off of it. But I was like, I wouldn't touch the magazines at all.
Have you guys ever used magazines?
Never.
Yeah.
I have too.
Yeah.
I found them one time, but those are similar to like relics to me, bro. Like they might as well be like a fucking phone with a dial on them. Like it's like you're in a time machine. Like I feel like a time explorer whenever I used a magazine.
Nah, it's not as ugh, man. I think in terms of like fucking porn today, kids don't have the same kind of imagination that they did back then because it's just they can see anything they want.
It's a free for all out
It
there.
is.
It's a
You just had to
free-
fucking look at a picture back then in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me fucking laugh. From This Is the End.
Drinking
You
off
see
like a
that?
pilgrim.
Pilgrim. I'll drop loads all over this house.
Come on, you if I want.
Oh, I bet you. Oh, they're just fucking going at each other. I love that.
Yeah, that's such a underrated movie. Let's get back to this.
No, so they find a picture of him and this female in one of the porn magazines, which is a really weird fucking place to keep that picture.
Yeah.
And he's wearing, or the girl's wearing a Letterman's jacket. So through that jacket, they're like, oh, he goes to this high school. So they end up going to the high school to look up information on the guy. And they learn his real address and his real name and shit, right?
That's super easy.
It was really quick.
Yeah. I don't
And
think you could do that anywhere else. Just, hey, can I get the information of one of your students?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it'd take a little bit more than that.
She was like, here you go.
Yeah.
So they end up going to dude's house. And his mom, or no, they go to his house and they have a really like chill fucking kickback in his backyard. They're all sitting Indian style in a circle in his backyard.
I think that's one of those cliches that you see in a lot of horror movies when they're explaining whatever the situation is in the movie. They'll gather in a circle and then they'll just share what they know.
Yeah.
You see
On
that a
It,
lot.
They did that.
Yeah, exactly.
times.
Like the Losers Club, they were just all like, here's what I know, here's what we can do. But
It's pretty much like the definition of, all right, we're all going to give exposition right now. Let's go.
it's halfway through the movie. It's time we start learning some things. So that's
Sit
how they
down
do it.
and listen, kids.
Pretty much. And I think it was kind of interesting though. Like this was another perspective that, like you were saying earlier, this is like a dream world, or I can't remember. What because the fact that this kid was gone for like whoever knows how many weeks in this house, and his mom was, oh yeah, he's here. You guys want to come in? Like, there's no worriness about her own son, even though he's pretty what's the word? He was just he was super freaked out even there, like at his own home. He knows the curse has gone on, but he's still in such paranoia, and nobody cares.
It's very much so still like the connection I use is Peter Pan's Neverland. You know, the parents aren't, there's no adults really. The kids are really left to their own vices.
Yeah, he went from being like super cool in the jacket and earring to like all timid and just like
Now he looks his age apparently.
yeah, yeah.
Because at the beginning of the movie, bro, he looked like a 30-year-old man to me.
He did, and then he looked like he was like back to like 16. That's
Yeah.
just how he looked.
But no, so do you remember what they get from this conversation?
They get a bit more of the rules, or I'm trying to remember.
The new guy to the group was like, I know what I got to do now, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so what I put here is that the guy who gave her the curse initially makes a really strong argument that you need to just pass it on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He's kind of, his thing is pushing it forward like, you're a girl, it'll be easy. You just got to go and just, you know, you'll give it the way to a dude easy, which is what we've been saying that probably would be true.
Yeah.
And so after this, they decide, this was kind of goofy. They decide to go to a safe house. They go to a beach house that they just, one of them happens to have a fucking house. Was it an ocean or was it like a lake?
It was the ocean, I think.
I'm pretty sure it was an ocean.
Yeah, so they go to a fucking safe house to wait this out. And Jay, her friends, they set up traps or alarms just like dude did. And they're pretty much just hanging out at this fucking beach house, just living the dream, bro. Mm-hmm. And everything's going pretty quiet. Doesn't it take a couple of days?
Yeah, well, I mean, like it walks, so they got some distance between them to set up and everything. So it did take a couple days for them to, for the thing to come after them. Is there some parallel between water? Is there something about water in this movie? There's a lot of instances of water. I don't know why. I don't know if it
Like,
was.
her
Like
going
from the
to
pool in the beginning.
Yeah, like
beach
the
in the
pool,
beginning.
the beach, like
Yeah.
just something about water. I don't
So
know.
for me, it's kind of that old military thing. You put your back to the water. That way you know which way it's coming for sure.
Oh, interesting thought. I didn't think about it like that.
Either it's going to come straight or to the side. There's no behind you. So I think that's what that was. It's a guess. I don't fucking know.
Well, that would make more sense because, like, at the very beginning, the girl was looking off in the direction. She only knew it could come from one way, so that's a pretty good parallel.
And so also at this moment, I think the pretty boy's name is Greg. Yeah, Greg. He goes out to the shed. He gets a handgun out. And he lets the girl, Jay, use it for target practicing, right?
Yeah.
She's just dumping out in the middle of this fucking nowhere. And so now they're all sitting on the actual beach in little beach chairs. Everybody's chilling. And at one point, Greg walks behind Jay for some reason. And as he's walking backwards, we see somebody's walking towards her. And it's the brunette, right? Mm-hmm. It takes the form of her brunette friend. But her brunette friend, we see, is fucking swimming in with the floaty device out in the ocean.
Yep.
I didn't catch that. Like, I think the first time I watched it, I did. But for some reason, on this go-round, I didn't pay attention to that.
I didn't catch it until... oh, well, I'll let you keep
Well,
going.
when they got closer, right?
Yeah.
Because from the distance, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But so from Jay never sees this thing coming. We see from her friend's perspective that her hair just gets fucking picked up, like, and nobody's there. And they all just start freaking out at the sight of this. And how does this confrontation go down?
So this is where we learn a little bit more about what can and can't be done. So we notice this thing can act in the material world where it literally picks them up. Like the hair went up and they all can see it. And so they all scatter and trying to help her. And then the other guy just starts swinging the chair.
He breaks the chair on it.
And actually hits it. So we know other things can touch it now. And then it fucking does like a super slash or something and just makes him go flying. And he ends up with a scar.
It chucks him
the
like
fuck
fucking 20 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ike Turner style.
And so, okay, so the group goes to the shed. Minus Greg, the pretty boy. They lock themselves
he's still
in.
confused. Yeah.
They lock themselves in the shed, and then the bottom of the fucking door gets kicked in. Now, did you guys catch this? Because I didn't until after the fact. Remember how what they see look under the fucking door, it takes the form of the little boy that's been perving out on her the whole movie.
Oh,
I didn't notice that. That's what that was, because it's a little
Yeah.
kid.
See, and that came up in conversation later. I was talking to them about was I didn't know like whether or not at this point whether or not these were people she knew or these were people victims of. I'm like, oh damn, is there a lot of raping going on that they might have gave to kids? I was like, oh jeez.
That's why I said I think more of it's to do with half of it's probably her psyche, the other half is, like you said, the victims.
Maybe some victims. Yeah, but then it took the form of the little boy so it could fit through the hole. Maybe it's smarter than
That would
comes
make
on.
sense.
yeah.
Because it switched to the tall dude before that, right? Yeah, because that dude, I won't forget that face. Scary as fuck.
And so they eventually, or before that, she was shooting at it and a couple hit, and I think didn't one in the head land and then it fell
Neck.
in the neck.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh
that-
yeah,
fell.
yeah. She shoots it in the fucking neck and it falls down. Now immediately at this point, to what you've been saying, if you can shoot it and it bleeds, you can kill the motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, and like she got it to fall at least once, and then they're like,
Or
okay.
why didn't they trap it? You can
Yeah.
trap it, right?
See, and that's where we get into the argument: is it's tangible. You can touch it. Anybody can touch it.
Like you said, also the gears go, bro. Like there's
Yeah.
so many things you could have done.
Like literally, like now we know. All right, barricade yourself in somewhere because we learn later that it had to get your attention. It threw a rock through the window to get in. You're checking it out. Someone let it in. Like it's not going to just start busting down doors because it can't. So you literally have to give
It has
it
to
the
break
chance.
a window to crawl
Yeah.
in. Like it's not just gonna phase through a wall or a pier.
Exactly. So you can literally barricade yourself in, trap it in something, or just fucking tie it to a tree. Like it. You literally just like if it's next to one, just start running around with a rope. It's stuck. It can't break out of its
But
form as far as we know.
saw when it hit the boy that it has some type of strength.
Sure. It has
So-
strength to toss on them, but it's fucking knocking on doors trying to get
It's
in.
not breaking down
I think
doors.
that was just
Yeah.
a suspense move.
to knock on door, or like just to
Yeah,
get
I
in.
feel like she could have got in. The thing could have got in.
Yeah, you think it has some kind of strength, but I mean, it's just fucking walking. So, worst case scenario, like we've been saying before, if you go to a different country, like imagine it trying to like either walk underwater, which is gonna slow it down.
You'd have a few
exponentially.
years,
Yeah,
probably.
exactly. Like I don't think they're using their full.
Like, have you ever, like, say from your guys' crib to go to the Legends, you know, you type it in on Google Maps or some shit. Back in the day, you did. You don't now. And it would say, like, oh, that's a 35-minute car ride.
Yeah.
And then there's the option for walking, and it's like 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's just that 30-minute car ride. Imagine going across the fucking country. Like you guys said, it would take years, possibly.
Yeah.
But then who has that kind of money?
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Well, people do, but not me.
So she escapes again through the back part, and then she takes off in the car.
Bro, she completely
Just-
says, fuck everybody, bro.
That's not a terrible thing because it's not necessarily going to hurt them. It's
That-
not after them.
but
it's
that was
after
the
her.
dumbest
But
shit
still,
ever.
they're
It's
in
walking.
they're in the back window, like hands up in the air, waving, like, "Hey, you fucking cunt!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like the demon can run.
And you could literally, the camera's so good and clear, you can see their faces, kind of like, "Oh, you suck."
Yeah.
See, what I would have done there, I would have just whipped the car around. Now that we know we can fucking hit this thing, I'm just going to ram it.
That would have been the move, but I don't even know if that would have killed it. I mean,
It
it
doesn't
took a
have to
bullet.
kill it.
I'd
That's
be
got to be
afraid
something.
of it jumping and diving through the window.
I don't know what
It
that
never
is.
shows that it has that type of like maneuverability.
Well,
Later in the movie.
Later in the movie.
Kind of.
we'll see.
We'll
see.
get to
yeah,
it.
we'll get to that. But I'm just saying, like, there's so many times where I think it should have been hit by someone else randomly. Like when it's walking through the school.
Yeah,
You're
it
telling me no one
definitely-
else is walking in the middle, just this old lady? Like no one's gonna,
The logistics, it should have bumped a couple people at
Exactly.
some point.
unless it has some kind of prowess where it's perfectly making people go around it or something.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is also us overthinking this like a motherfucker.
True.
Like, it's mostly just for the image of it walking. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much all they filmed. They didn't think of, like, the logistics of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But so, after this, right, she takes the car, whips away from the fucking beach house, and within 30 seconds, she crashes into a cornfield, guys.
Oh my god.
Knocks
I know.
herself unconscious, and goes to the hospital, wakes up, looks nervous as shit. obviously, because she only because the dude told her whenever they were sitting in the circle, never go to a place that doesn't have more than one exit.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's just staring at that door. And it's at this point that she finally bangs the pretty boy Greg.
Yeah. I think that was just the move because she's like, I have no other choice right now. Just kind of have to do this, so it's not on me.
Like
especially
in the hospital
scenario.
bed, right?
Yeah. Like that.
And
made
yeah, like it
sense.
was her kind of like giving up. Like, all right, well, we got to do this now.
So they do that, and then we see more of him being a sleazebag with like the other chicks. So we're thinking, okay, maybe he's gonna pass it off again. We were all hoping for that at least.
Did you notice that while they were going at it, she's kind of just like looking at the
she
door
was
the
just
whole
laying there.
time?
She was just.
And
So
he
I
was
think
super
that's,
into it.
That's supposed to illustrate that like she has no feelings for this dude. This was
Yeah.
purely done
She
out
just
of
strictly
like.
wanted to get rid
But he
of
looked
it.
pretty happy when he was doing it. Did
Well,
you
he
notice?
probably fucking
He had a
was.
smile on his face. I wouldn't be freaking happy to be getting ready to be chased by a demon.
He doesn't
Well, he doesn't
believe
believe
it.
it. He doesn't
Oh,
believe
he
it.
doesn't
This whole
believe
time
it.
they've let us know like he's kind of subtly like comforting her. He's really just working towards that ass.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, it's cool. I'm sure. Yeah, there's a bunch of that, like a bunch of techniques, kind of to comfort her without coming off like an asshole.
Right.
But he even says like later on, like it's been like 3 days and he doesn't see anything and shit. And like Mark was saying, he's immediately out with other females like in the next scene.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was just him, doing what he does, or if he was trying to pass it on right away.
Well, again, he didn't believe in it. It did take a couple days, so that started making them question: did it work?
Was it real?
Was it even real? Did we pass it? Who knows? Then did they do something in between?
Yeah, but it's mostly focused on this dude Greg, and he
Yeah.
like goes and has a conversation with her sister and friends, and they tell him like, oh, she's kind of been a recluse still, she won't come out of her room, she's still paranoid as shit. And so we see later that night, Jay's in her bedroom just sitting at the fucking window, and she's just watching the block, right? And she sees. It turns into fucking Greg, right?
I think so. I thought
'Cause
that
she
was.
sees
I thought that was
Greg-
him walking away.
Greg in fucking long johns. Am I
Yeah.
mistaken, or was he wearing some fucking like
No, it was-
old
yeah,
pilgrim
it
fucking
was.
underwear, bro? And she sees him just. I put he did the Conor McGregor strut because that motherfucker was walking with confidence, bro. He was like, "I'm gonna get this fucking dude right the fuck now."
He goes up, walks to.
And it was cool
house.
because we got the outside perspective of basically what he probably did to Jess, which is, walked up, grabbed a rock, broke a
Smashed the
window,
window. Uh-huh.
fucking crawled inside. Even the way it crawled inside was really creepy, dude. Like, it's really unhuman like. Like, it's not worried about glass. It just straight up just jumps in and throws its fucking body. And at the sight of this, Jay turns into fucking Rambo. She runs into his house, right? She follows the window. She goes up his stairs and she sees that it has turned into Greg's mom,
Yeah.
right?
That part was creepy because it turned to her, and she like it had nothing to do with her, but it was still like you're next, bitch.
So
Now-
I was super confused on that part too because I didn't realize. I'm like, did someone give it to the mom, or was it the it figure?
Yeah.
It was
was
the it
just-
figure preparing to confront Greg. So now it's like prepped itself to fuck with Greg's psyche.
Yeah.
And she's seeing that.
Yeah, but it was smart in that instance. Like it hasn't taken the shape of necessarily anybody that wasn't near. What's her name again? I forget.
Jay.
Okay.
Like it didn't transform into one of her friends when one of her friends wasn't around. It chose to be weird with her. Like it was pretty good with this guy. Like
It went straight for the heart.
yeah, and she's fucking. And this is another case of the strength instance. She has to fucking knock on his door to get him to open it.
Now, this is a perfect example of what you guys were talking about when the thing could jump through the window. Now, this is the most we've actually seen of it from like a third-person perspective.
That was me, Mark. My fault.
From a third-person perspective.
Scared me.
And did you guys pick up that this thing is like clumsy as shit? Because while it's knocking, its like whole body is kind of like going
Yeah.
with the knocks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so like I'm saying, like just looking at this thing, it looks klutzy. It doesn't look like if it's some, fucking well-oiled machine.
Right.
But anyways, so she's yelling out to Greg, don't open the door. He opens the door. And you just see, it jump through the door frame, but we don't see what happens.
And that was kind of dumb. This is one of the weird athletic moves Why do you choose to do it now? All it did before with her was just fucking lifted her hair and started pulling it.
It's kind of like
could've jumped on her.
It's like video games. Like, why doesn't the monster one shot the character? Why does
Yeah.
it fuck around?
Yeah, like what are you doing? Like, do you like toying with her more than others or some shit? Who knows? But then
Yeah, I was surprised that all the demon did was lift up the girl's hair.
yeah,
at
like
the
she could have
beach.
done some shit. But the next fucking scene, now that's
So Jay goes to this dude's door now, where where it just jumped on top of him, and so
Strobe light effect.
tell me, Mia, what happened?
I literally it was like the mom fucking the son, basically.
She was riding the sun.
Yeah.
she
you
literally
just see,
fucked
like-
him to death.
It looks like the life drains out of his body.
Yeah.
Goes purple.
It goes purple.
Like so, and then that's where we come back to the first scene that
It fucks you to death.
it fucks you to death. Oh my god,
Man,
that's-
dude, imagine like, okay, all right, Esai, you got the dick demon, right? Okay, and you know it's coming, and it only comes after you as guys.
Dude,
So you got this extra incentive to just fucking no.
I would turn into Rambo and have the freaking shells going across my body. I'd have guns on each hip. Everything ready. I'm not getting near me.
Put on some like metal underwear.
a chastity belt. Yeah,
With the lock. Throw it in the ocean.
yeah, that'd have been oh, man. So if it's doing it psychologically, like fucking, if the little boy had caught her,
Oh
that'd have been,
man,
Yeah, that'd have been weird.
or the fucking 7-foot guy. Now
Oh.
that would. There's just the fact that it has to literally. I don't know why it chooses to fuck you to death.
That's probably the
I mean,
7-foot guy
you know-
in the first scene, huh?
Hey, to be honest, there could be worse ways to die. So you know.
Why was it that like it would kill certain people?
It was the ones who got that passed on to them.
it was
But
only
it didn't kill everybody.
What do you mean?
it would ignore people. It only literally its only purpose was to go after whoever at that moment was the one holding the football, essentially. Like whoever had sex the last time.
Okay.
That was that's the rules that they've set forth. But as soon as that person would die, as we learn next, it's immediately going to come after whoever was next down the line.
Go back, right?
Yes, but so
Yeah.
any bystander, untouchable. It wants literally nothing to do with anybody else. You had to have literally been part of the actual act.
So that makes me think like this could be traced back not that far, because depending on how many people are having sex with each other and how many take the opportunity to like evade and escape it for years, like
Do you think once it fucking got that person who had been running the longest, it would get down the road really quick, right?
yeah, because
If you're not looking for it anymore,
They need to make an origin story on it.
I don't know, man. I think that's kind of the cool part about it is not knowing anything
where the
about
fuck it
it.
started.
But
Yeah.
that could have started like back
Centuries.
in centuries, you know?
I would just picture some like wizard, bro, just fucking like
Casting a spell on some
like a
bitch.
straight dude in like a wizard costume.
I'm just saying, like, I think at a certain point the lineage would end because either it can't kill if, like, let's say there's like 100 people. If it kills 100, then is it fucking done? I'd imagine it just fucking end. I don't think it could then itself rape someone else. We don't know.
Maybe that would set it free from whatever chain it's been put on.
Yeah, maybe the curse started with someone getting raped by a wizard.
Or by a wizard.
So after this scene, she gets in her car, she drives to some woods, and she falls asleep on the hood of her car in the most uncomfortable fucking position I've ever seen. I couldn't do it. I got sleep apnea. I'd die before it got to me. And this is the part, right, where she hears some noise off in the distance, and she starts walking through the woods, and she sees some guys on a boat, like in the middle of the ocean or lake. And she's kind of sitting there for a second, and then she just starts to take off her clothes, and she kind of walks in the water in the direction of these guys. And the next scene, she's in her car all wet and shit. So, what do you guys think is implied here?
I think that she went and messed with those guys.
Like, all of them?
Well, see, it's not like that might.
I don't know. I mean,
Is that a sure thing to get it away from you?
I think you only had to do it with one of
one
them.
person, so
Yeah.
she might have just done it with the other two, just
Just
In
for the
case
fuck
for
of it?
safety.
What if she was
No, they
like,
could
what if
have
she
like
goes,
raped her. You never know.
what if
I
she's
think
on
it
the
was
boat
pretty-
and she's like, now you two
Wait,
kissed each other?
That wouldn't work though. That wouldn't work because if she was having sex with one of them and then went to the other one, she passed it. to
She's
him.
already got rid of it. She only
Yeah,
needs to
once
sleep with
she-
one of them.
Once she slept with that one, he has it. So
She might have had to
there'd
do it
be
just
no
to be
point in sleeping
convincing.
with another
Like
one.
there, she just had to take that chance and just maybe deal with all three, just to just
We're stuck on that too long.
whatever. I'm just saying, like
No,
she,
that's where my head went also.
like she really probably didn't have to do it with all three, but she did just to be safe.
Yeah.
Imagine like the way she was, because she was crying, right?
She was
wasn't
upset
just
about it.
wet, Like she was like in the car crying.
Like
too.
she was like, it's out of her character. She had to do something she was uncomfortable doing.
Yeah.
So I joke about it because like if you say it, it sounds ridiculous. She had to go bang some dudes on a yacht. But like, yeah, it's a fucked up premise, yo.
And
Yeah,
they
yeah.
ended up fucking dying super quick, didn't it? Because then she started seeing it again.
Pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, those guys.
So
they have
you-
a boat. They could have gone
They
far.
probably if with dudes, I feel like it's probably a lot easier for the demon to get to too, because like
Probably.
temptation reasons and shit. You know, like if you see some like super baddie naked in front of you walking to you, are you gonna freak out right away? You know, random,
So not you.
huh?
You see a naked woman walking towards you, you just like super confident.
No, like I would be like, what the fuck? Like I would be, you know, but
It depends.
no,
it
what I'm
depends how
saying
thick
is
she is, bro.
no, what I'm saying is like some dudes would just like give into that.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah. I
you
know
know?
what you're saying, bro. I'm fucking with you, man.
You're gonna get me in trouble. I love you, baby. Right?
I love you,
You
babe.
watch this.
I love you, baby.
He's like what any man would do with any like chick with a fat ass walking towards you.
Oh god.
So the
All of a
curse.
sudden, he's naked too.
It's like cut scene, just cut their hair and come back, and you're just naked. Just
Yeah. So the next scene, this is actually the moment I have it in my notes. This is where she's talking to Paul at the crib, and Paul's fucking. He shoots his shot here. He's like, you know what? He's like, if you want, you can give it to me, and I'll try running from shit. And my fist's in the air at this moment, like, yeah, duck, get her.
Get that pity fuck.
And he tries to kiss her, and she fucking moves her head, which is fucking humiliating.
Yeah.
You guys ever had that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's
probably.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't.
All right, man, we don't all just have them walk up to us.
We're not all fucking legends.
I got a bad memory, all
Bro,
right?
naked chicks aren't just
It's
walking
off.
to
You
us
guys
all
are
the
gonna
time,
give me
bro.
So much shit right here, dude. Cut this part out. My girl's gonna see. Oh my
Sure, you're gonna be like, oh really?
Jesus Christ! No, it's not even like that.
They've never turned their heads from me,
I
bro.
just got a bad memory. I got
Eastside
a
was like,
bad
I've turned my
memory.
head a couple times from them, actually.
No.
I'm sure it has. I'm sure it has. I just don't.
And then he comes with and then this is where he starts brainstorming, isn't it? And he says, all right, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah, because he's like, you know what? I got an idea. And I really like this part of the movie. Because it gets really, it feels like the Goonies, bro. Like it's some like real childlike plan. It's basically the Goonies fighting a sex demon. That's what it feels like. Because they go to like a swimming pool, like a public swimming pool, right? Like a big ass YMCA indoor pool. And they got all types of household appliances. They got lamps, they got toasters, they got fucking hair dryers, any electronic equipment they could find, extension cords, and they put them all around the edge of this fucking giant pool. And Jess fucking swims right to the middle of it. And I didn't realize she was standing. I thought she was just treading water for like the hours they were waiting. But
And-
so
Yeah, and see, this is the part where I keep talking about something about fucking water. Because this thing turns out to be a lot smarter than we realize.
because it shows up.
Uh-huh.
And her friends are all positioned all around the pool. I'm assuming the plan is to throw the appliances in the pool.
Get
once
it to follow her into the pool.
Once
her
it
get
gets
out.
in the water, she gets out. They start throwing appliances in that bitch and shocking her to death.
Right.
But like you were saying, it doesn't beeline for her. It actually walks around the pool.
And grabs the fucking electronics itself.
It
and starts
picks up
throwing
the
it at her.
TVs. It picks up all the heavy shit and just starts chucking them at her in the middle of the pool, which was fucking is fun to see.
Yeah, like you start. Oh shit! This thing's a lot smarter than it realizes. So, or something about water. Something about water. Maybe you can't go into water.
I mean, it does at some point.
Sure, but just like, oh yeah, it eventually falls in.
Maybe it's not like, dude, because remember at the very beginning of the movie, the guy says it's smart. It's not dumb.
Yeah.
So it sees what they're doing and it adjusts, makes adjustments. But it seems like a weird time to make adjustments because it's been like, why would it walk towards somebody with the gun? Why wouldn't it hide from that?
Yeah.
It seems just for plot, probably.
Right.
But still, it was a cool scene to see. The whole idea of them trying it leads to the theory that this could all be like some dream world because it's all very extension cords to a pool that nobody's at. We can break into this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But so it starts just chucking appliances at her, and the appliances go in the water, and they don't electrocute her. And one of her friends are like, "Oh, thank God, it didn't work."
Yeah. Yeah, because he's pulled like there's not even a connection. They're all busting off the cord. He's essentially just trying to beat her with appliances.
Yeah, he's trying to changes up his method, which kind of, it breaks the rules, but I'll give it a pass because it was cool to see like appliances just levitate in the air and just fucking fly at somebody.
Right.
And Paul has the handgun at this point, right? Mm. And Jay's like pointing where he's like, point where it's at. And he's kind of like trying to follow her finger and where to shoot. And I want to be mad at him, but it's hard for me. He shoots the fucking brunette, their friend, bro.
Shoots in the leg.
He shoots that bitch in the leg.
Oh god.
And whatever, the thing is still there. Okay, they're still distracted. So old girl's on the ground grabbing her leg. And finally, he gets a good shot. Or no, doesn't her sister come with the blanket? Throws a blanket on top of it.
They can see it physically.
And at that moment, that's when he dome pieces the fucking it, and then it falls into the water. And Jay must be the shittiest swimmer of all time, bro. It'd be like if I was in the water, because I'm a really bad swimmer.
Because it gets a hold of her.
It grabs her, bro. Like, it got shot in the head, but it still swims all the way across the pool and grabs her ass.
Uh-huh.
And follow-up question, does it swim or does it walk?
Like a question.
They never show. That was the perfect moment for them to show a silhouette in the water, but they never do it.
Right.
And that was the first time the figure went into water.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like Mark was saying, like, we don't know why it's avoiding it, but it didn't like burn up or anything once it hit the water. So I'm assuming it can go in water.
Right.
Yeah.
And obviously it would have to go in water if you left like a continent or some shit. But so it grabs her foot. There's this brief moment of a struggle. And Paul shoots it again from standing outside the pool, right? Mm-hmm. And that's when Jay gets out of the water. She's being embraced by Paul. And in the background, again, nobody is paying attention to this brunette that's been shot in the fucking leg. She's like rolling around in pain, bro, and nobody gives one fuck.
Yeah, and like he was able to get another headshot in it, and it like went down this time. And that's when like it started bleeding like it's extensively in the pool.
Yeah,
only she could see that though.
Because Jay crawls over to the edge to look in. You think like maybe she's gonna see a body floating, but all she sees is the pool getting like flooded with blood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also before they even got to the pool, there's a conversation that the brunette is having with the rest of the group. It's a really random conversation, very, very, very random. I don't know if you guys caught it, where they're like. Mm-hmm. My parents told me never to come 6 blocks south of 8 Mile or something.
Oh, right, yeah, something about permission.
And
like
out of nowhere, they start having a conversation about class, way the fuck out of left field. Like, I can't believe we just live like a couple miles from this neighborhood. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, like the other thing, I thought I was hoping to talk about later too, but it just comes up right now that the fact that we don't see any black people, and there's not any black people that are the creature. Mm-hmm. Not that I saw.
There was one black girl at the school.
But I'm just saying,
the one that said hi back. No, well, that was the one.
There was that one black chick. But like you said, there's no central characters that are black.
Like it was just a white-dominated movie. Like you thought you'd maybe see one black person as the thing, but I don't know. Maybe they're just black people just smarter with their horror.
I think that just speaks to the times currently. Like most movies, they want to be all inclusive. Like
right.
If this movie had been made nowadays, one of her friends mandatory has to be gay.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
Mandatory.
No, it's true.
Mandatory. One of them has to be gay. There might be some other ethnic person, either an Asian, Hispanic, or a black person.
You need a feminist in there.
Yes. But no, this is 2014, so that whole thing hasn't really taken forefront in movies yet.
Yeah, maybe they should have done that with the curse. One of the, like we were saying earlier with the Navy guy, just someone either take one for the team so it stays on the other side. Only it turns into something only gay people can get.
Jeez.
Which is ironic because we talked about this being like a fucking AIDS thing. How that's kind of a parallel
yeah.
from that. Just like how AIDS was huge for gay people in the 90s.
Yeah, but so when they mention 8 Mile, does that mean this takes place in Detroit?
That's what I was thinking. Is it this by
That's the
Great
only way
Lakes?
I've referenced 8 Mile is from the movie fucking 8 Mile. Eminem was from Detroit,
How
right?
far? Well, how far is the Great Lakes from Detroit?
It's in. It's attached to Michigan.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
know, but
a-
where is Detroit in Michigan? Because maybe that wasn't the ocean. Maybe that was one of the Great Lakes.
Could be.
Ah, you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And because they are pretty massive, like the ocean, kind of, you know.
And that would make sense for their climate as well, like the fact that some people can still be swimming, but
It's
a lot of
a
people
little
wearing
cold.
coats.
Yeah.
So that would make a lot of sense.
I love how you really just asked me how far Detroit is from the Great Lakes.
What?
I was like blanked out. I was like, maybe this is common knowledge. Let me think.
No, I don't know. I really don't know.
I think it's in the southern, like Detroit's in like the southern part of Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah, so there would be no, you know,
At least a couple hours.
lake around. Yeah, I guess so.
So we're getting close to the end now. So in the next scene after this whole thing with the pool, I think they're at the hospital with the friend that got shot. There's a little bit of vague exposition. I wrote in my notes, Paul finally gets that golden ticket.
Yeah.
He finally hits. And then the next scene is him driving around another shiesty neighborhood looking at hookers. Like making hard
Ready
eye
to pass,
contact.
yeah.
with fucking,
Yeah, he's
it's
like-
the kind of eye contact I give him on accident. Like at this gas station down the street. Like they're standing on the corner, bro, and I always eyes all the way. Like they're positive I'm gonna pull over, but I don't. I don't know why I do it. It's just a habit.
Well,
Curious.
he's thinking ahead. He's like, if I'm gonna get rid of it, I'm gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, and that'd be the easiest way for a dude to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And that would be the smartest because if you think about it, that person, who is an escort or a prostitute, they're gonna have encounters pretty frequently. So
Yeah.
even if, say, they give it to someone, that person dies, the next night there's somebody on the list,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is kind of fucked up though, because like that goes on if you choose to pass it. Like in video games, right? There's some role playing games where you make choices as a character and you have a karma balance. You have good karma, you have bad karma. So if you believe in that kind of stuff, you passing it on, your choice is actually killing possibly dozens of people, depending on how far you go.
Right.
So could you live with that on your conscience?
Yeah. I think I definitely could. Because
I mean-
I don't want to. I don't want to
probably
die.
could too. Yeah.
I don't want to die. I mean,
Eastside, answer this question.
I don't know. You would have to. Like,
All right, you heard it here, guys. The No Solutions gang has absolutely no morals, no care for human life.
what would you do?
Oh, I'd pass it on too. Hey, Death Taco's not above it, bro. Yeah. This show's got to continue, goddammit. These podcasts would be a lot shorter, though. So they bang finally. And the last scene of this movie is Jay and Paul walking down their block holding hands. And the camera kind of goes to the back of them, and you could see somebody following them. But you don't know if it's just a person. You don't know if it's it.
Yeah, on the sidewalk.
That's kind of the implication the movie sets, and that's the final scene of the movie.
Which is gonna, like, if they wanted to, could be a sequel or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what
Well,
happens next?
It left it up for interpretation. That was part of the movie. They wanted it to be that way.
Yeah.
A lot
Which
of
was a
mystery.
good ending.
Yeah, a lot of mystery. A lot of secrets we still don't know. Like, we don't know if it's dead or not, if you can even kill it, where it came from. There's just a lot you can go from.
So now that we're at the end of it, do you guys have any questions about the movie? Any observations?
You know what? I wonder if you can pass it off, the curse, onto something other than a person.
How would you do that?
That never entered my thoughts at all.
Like
dude.
Black Mirror, make them do it to a pig.
Something, yeah.
Like an
Black-
animal?
Yeah.
Did anybody
God.
else's mind go to dog first?
No.
I was actually thinking fish. And here's the, you can probably
Rockstar
fuck
burger
face.
Oh God,
Oh god.
Yeah.
that's what that guy was doing, low key.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
If you could do it somehow with the fish and then just let it go back into the
A
ocean,
fish.
yeah, it's gonna chase the fish.
Well, what if it doesn't work?
Or
Oh.
if the fish dies.
See,
Well,
Back
that's
to you.
Ah, shit.
My
Then
my
you just
big
fuck the fish
question
for no
was,
reason.
this thing obviously wouldn't die when you shot it in the head, but if you cut off the head, then what?
It did something though. It keeps bothering me because shooting it did something. Something
It
about
stopped
shooting the
it.
head. Sometimes it's like zombie rules. Like something
What if
about
you
shooting
blew the
head.
fucker up into pieces and there's nothing left, nothing for it to get back up?
You just see all the guts crawling to you.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be disgusting.
Yeah,
One
it-
hand.
Yeah, but I mean the other part of it is like its ability not necessarily to heal but to change. Anytime you change once you see it, however you see it, like imagine it's coming behind a wall and that's when you first see it. But the next time it goes behind another wall, it's someone different the next time you see it. So it's kind of healing itself every time
So
something
would you
happens.
have to kill off each one of the people they portray?
Well, that'd be the question. I mean, can you just keep killing something? I think the best solution is to trap it. You need to trap it somehow, and then just keep. Either you keep it, like, because obviously if you leave it alone, it may figure out with some supernatural powers to get away. But if you're like visually have it trapped and you're just watching it, I don't think you can do anything.
I couldn't
Yeah,
do.
I think you got to go like vampire rules. They've done that in vampire movies where they put it in the coffin and they just bury it, or they put it in like a tomb with cement.
Right.
Like you got to know where it's at. Like you take on that responsibility.
I would think a glass box so I could see, make sure it's still in there. You know?
Right.
No,
Yeah. No.
you
fuck
got to
that.
cement that motherfucker, dude.
Dude,
glass
if
is breakable.
If it's buried 6 feet under,
How do you explain to somebody why you have a glass box?
it's my demons.
Is it like that art thing?
my
And
demons
there's
My
some
demons
some
in
artist
there.
was like the art is that there's nothing there. It's
Yeah.
like an art display.
Yeah. But little do they know you're hiding your demons in there.
That's deep.
That's very deep. You tell them, oh, what is that? Oh, it's the box that holds my demons. That's beautiful. No, I'm not fucking kidding. There's a fucking demon in there. It's trying to kill me.
Well, the whole thing kind of reminded me of this one movie I just watched. It's just like this little YouTube movie called Overlord, and it's these creatures that you can only see through a video camera, but you can kill them, but you can't see them. So, like, for instance, they saw the creature on the video camera, and then they shot right where it was. And then the thing just plopped, and you saw the dust disperse on the floor, like if something just hit, you know? So that's what it kind of reminded me of.
You ever seen a TV show called Supernatural?
Yeah.
They did that exact plot point on one of them. Like the guy has like a cell phone or something. That's the only way he could see the ghosts was through the fucking phone, and they were shooting him like that. But so that would be easier than what these guys had to do, which was fucking follow my finger and
Right?
Or even fucking, we don't even have to trap it. Let's just put the cloth over it. Tie a cloth around it. Something.
Tie it up.
true. Throw paint on it, bro.
No, see, there you
Hey,
go.
oh,
Like
thank
the
you.
Invisible Man.
Because that was the movie Hollow Man. That's what they did. There was an invisible guy like walking around perving out, and they throw fucking paint on him, or they turn on sprinklers too, or smoke anything with like.
one of the ventilations, they busted it and all the steam came out so you could see his silhouette.
That's right. You just want to see the thing's silhouette, so you know
Just
where
do
to
that
aim.
old water bucket, then flour, and then
Yeah, like that.
Straight Home Alone, bro.
Yeah. Although that's pretty smart. I'll give credit to the guy that gave it to her his ability to make these little makeshift Home Alone scenarios where he could like know it's coming.
Yeah, and which window it's coming from. And all
Or
that.
if you have the balls, go up and just fucking tie some bells around. Like try and get a hold of it and put some bells on it.
Or like,
Whoa.
like
Yeah.
that
Like
that
a cat.
contraption in Kangaroo Jack where he swung it, fucking get her
thing that-
legs.
Yeah.
That would be a job for whoever is not possessed, because it
Right.
completely ignores whoever is not, its target.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like when I was thinking of it, I thought it'd be kind of cool if he like low key did have this like STD, because like it'd be like there's this demon and it's chasing my dick. This demon's on my dick, bro, and I can't shake it.
Yeah, we might as well fucking name that right now. STD supernatural something demon, right there.
What?
STD. That's what.
What's the acronym
What-
for
Yeah,
it?
what's the acronym for it?
STD.
For this particular disease?
It's like supernatural tangible demon or some shit.
I don't know. It'd have to be something that you could have a abbreviation for. You
The
know?
super touchy demon.
You think if you wore protection, it won't get passed on? Oh,
Other layers, bro.
yeah. Because we were talking about, do you have to fucking complete?
Like, what if you only do butt stuff? Does it count?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe if you just got to bust inside, and then that's the like
Confirmation?
confirmation.
What if
code
you
right
like
there.
pull out? Do you got to be like, oh fuck, we got to do that again real quick?
Ever heard of ghost loads? It's looking terrible.
My favorite like experience so far. This isn't the end of it yet, but is that you guys all said we'd pass it on and not bat an eye.
I wouldn't. I
batted
really,
a couple
just because of the circumstances, I would be totally fine.
I was
Passing on
positive
some-
at least one person at this table would be like, nah.
No,
can't
I
do
don't-
it.
I
My-
wouldn't want to deal with it. Like, running from.
I
this.
can't deal with that type of paranoia. I'm already
Yeah.
paranoid as it is, so it's like knowing something actually is chasing me. Fuck that.
I think I would take the chance and fight it. I think I'd probably try and go hand to hand or something with a bat or something.
Yeah.
May as well.
You might like, at a certain point, like, okay, I think scenario based. Let's say,
It's like a demon bounty hunter.
yeah, no. Oh, if someone was trying to hunt it, oh, that'd be a cool way to do a sequel. Someone who's had the curse previously, passed it on, and then is now trying to fucking hunt it down.
So the people that pass it on, can they still see it? Once
Yeah.
they
So
pass it on?
everybody
That was
everybody can see it.
established when she went over to the guy's house across the street and she could see his mom banging on the
Okay,
door.
Yeah. You're right.
Which is really shitty scenario because now all those people previous are. Can you see them? Can you see them?
Yeah, that was a
see
cool
that?
aspect they represented is when like they went to go visit the guy who gave it to her initially, and he's like, "Do you see that girl?"
Yeah.
and that girl's like looking at him like, "What the fuck are you talking about,
Now
bro?"
that scene, I thought they could have done a little better because if you think about it, she was walking and he noticed her right away. He could have said it before she got right
Well,
by
he-
the circle.
I think
you know?
that was showing that he was trying to ignore it until it bottled up too much and she got too close. I think
Yeah.
that was supposed to
Because
represent.
he said it like literally as she was walking past.
That's why he but like you said though, he acknowledges it before because his eyes are kind of like,
swaying low.
yeah.
That girl was walking weird. She was making a straight line for them, and then she just makes a beeline. Like, who the fuck walks like that? I would just go straight like this fucking ghost does.
And she was holding a soccer ball, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we see
Right
any-
away out
Yeah.
of like no threat, because you never seen any of the other ones holding anything.
That is true.
So
I don't get why some are clothed, some are naked. See, that's one of the parallels. I think because like the little boy, obviously they probably wouldn't do that in this kind of movie, but like the ones who are just fucking with them are clothed, but the ones who might have been
Victims.
victims are like the naked scatter ones, like the fucking when they were leaving after the other guy had died that she gave it to. The thing was standing on top of a roof as a naked man.
Ah, yeah, you saw a wiener, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the wiener,
I
but I looked away.
oh god.
But he was.
does
I
that
forgot to
mean
mention that part.
The old lady,
Yeah, I didn't even.
the old lady would have been someone that like she knew then, right? And not necessarily a victim.
No, who knows? I mean,
'Cause
like
she
one
was
of the,
clothed.
one of the biggest.
She had like a gown, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I think the fact that she doesn't say anything about it might imply that she didn't know who it was because she could have. She didn't mention it to anybody. Like, oh, it came to me as my grandmother, my aunt, whatever.
Just an old lady.
Yeah, little known fact though, like one of the biggest places for contraction of sexual diseases is old folks' homes. So
Probably.
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of the highest rates of STDs.
Holy
Okay.
shit!
Yeah.
They're
As
still
far as, like,
trying
needles?
to.
No,
No, like
no,
banging.
the old people are fucking.
Yeah.
What?
You don't
Yeah.
think they're trying to do their thing in there?
Do you think they just stopped once they got in the retirement home?
We talked
No,
about
but
this.
I mean, like, it's so, like, if you would go into a retirement home now, like, it's so different. Like, people don't just go in each other's rooms.
They do at
Yeah.
night because
At
they're
night.
allowed free
Oh.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we were
like, they
talking
don't
about
just
this
lock
last
them
I
in.
didn't find out my grandma was.
No, last week we were talking about Grandpa, Luis, and that boy was a Mac. So I was like, he's probably still
Because he's a
getting
motherfucking
somewhere.
PIMP.
Yeah, like
Just
and he was
handling
old.
shit.
He was like 92 doing this stuff. There's no age range on this shit, dude.
It never stops.
yeah.
Nah, but so this will lead to the discussion of what do you think this movie's message was trying to represent? You guys said AIDS.
Yeah, see,
I just said
Some
this
kind of
is,
sexual
like,
disease. I feel like
Yeah, I didn't think about it in that way at all until you guys said that earlier. That it was like a STD type thing. Because I was just like, oh, sex demon.
But is it implying?
Sex demons, guys.
Like don't do this, or you know what I mean, or
Like there's a whole
This
lot
is
of
what
different
happens?
like the lead up of how you get it is its own thing, and then the burden of what to do once you have it is a whole nother conversation.
yeah, because for sure, if you have an STD, you're not gonna be like, oh, hey, let me go pass it on.
Yeah.
Well-
It's just a different type of STD.
not necessarily that you're thinking, all right, how can I pass it on? It's more in the case, let me not say anything, and then once they find out, they find out.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you're embarrassed to tell people
You pulled
you
the
have an
real
STD.
dick move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you have herpes and you know it, but you're just a fucking douche and you decide to go have sleep with someone else and they get it, that's just part of the process. Is this person is now fucked, and now they have to take the steps of what that means of living with herpes or what they
Yeah.
can do to.
It's just irresponsible.
It is, but because of this, and it parallels because obviously you're not going to. The majority of people, I don't believe, will say, "Hey, I have herpes. Now let's have sex."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That reminds me of the Let's Be Cops.
I have.
Have you seen that?
I haven't actually.
Oh.
It's a funny movie, but no one's gonna tell someone else about such a specific thing because they know it's not gonna let them do what they want in the bedroom.
See, and that's like super fucked
It's
up.
super fucked up. Exactly.
But people do it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So,
a lot
yeah,
of
for
people
this
do.
movie, it makes sense then for
Yeah.
that to be the case.
Like that's one angle of this movie, but like I said, my favorite aspect I think is the whole thing with the adults. The whole idea of in this universe they've set up, at least the story they've told, the parents are just absent. The whole dreamlike setting, the euphoric place, everything looks peaceful, but something just looks off. Like that whole concept is fascinating to me. I like that whole idea of like Stand By Me. Like there's just these kids are living in their own universe pretty much, and the parents just aren't at all a part of it. Like that's an interesting aspect to me. Like, did you guys gather that throughout the movie?
And did you see the fathers? I didn't see any fathers.
No.
I saw one, but that was at the
They're
very beginning.
absent.
What?
Yeah, the only time they do show a dad was at the beginning. The chick with the heels.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
running
yeah.
outside. Yeah.
But like that's another parallel, just because like back to the whole sexual transmitted disease, you're so afraid to tell your parents the fact that you have something. So in this scenario, no one's gonna believe you in this sense, but it's still like, hey, there's a demon following me. Like, what do I do now? Like, I don't know.
Like, why is this demon following you?
No, I guess we need to have that talk then, don't we?
Yeah.
I shook this guy's hand really hard.
But yeah, so the fact that there's no parents gives a little bit more to the free and wildness of
It kind of lends believability to some of the shit these kids
Yeah.
do. Like that the fact that they're never once having to check in all the time, or money never seems to be a thing. How are they paying for all this? Or they do have jobs though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. But I was wondering, do they have any other movies like that are in the same universe as them?
Not that I know of.
What
Not
about
for
the-
this one. I didn't look into the director on this. Let me peep this out.
Because they went really into detail with a bunch of the stuff that's not normal to like our society, you know.
Mhm.
So like,
maybe that's the director's choice. Like he's just very big into the obscure world, like especially
Yeah.
like 1950s mixed with like 2000s technology.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this is really this guy's only main, credit, which is surprising because this was really well done in my opinion.
yeah. No, it was a good movie.
The lead actress, isn't she? She's someone I thought.
She seemed like someone in like one of
I
those.
thought I've seen her somewhere else. I didn't get a chance to look her up.
She looks like one of the girls in one of the Final Destinations to me.
She was in The Guest,
The Guest.
Independence Day Resurgence,
Oh,
Honey Boy.
honey boy. No other horrors though.
No real other horrors.
Hmm.
But no. So, what are your guys' opinion of this movie? Like it? Didn't like it? What's up?
We doing popcorn bags?
Popcorn man.
Popcorn bags? Not yet. Not yet. Just like your actual personal opinion on the movie.
I thought it was a very creative concept, you know, because like, I don't know, you you never seen anything like this type of movie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially when it's like possession type shit, you know?
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
You actually liked it? What were the things that you liked?
And
or things you-
I don't like scary movies, so for me to say that is like really big. But I just like the whole concept, like the storyline, and kind of like I don't know. But I thought it was good.
I'm a little bit on the opposite side. I didn't like it as much because I'm someone who really loves, especially in horror movies, things explained. I like when things are explained to me. So the fact that leaving mystery is there,
Yeah,
that really
yeah.
bothers me. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do now? I want to know. Like, what is going on?
You want answers.
I want answers. I like answers. And then that puts me back on other people's like fucking YouTube channels. Like, all right, here's what we know, explaining the shit.
Yeah, the breakdown.
Yeah, I like those.
Well, I like that the demon wasn't like your average typical monster.
Right,
like horns on the head and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
It was regular ass people.
And we
Everybody-
keep saying demon, but we don't even know if it's a demon. We
True.
don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
Imagination.
It could just be parallel fucking straight up like Lovecraftian other dimension being. Like we just don't know what it is. We say demon because that's the only thing we can like associate it with, you know, in our reality.
Right.
But for me, I enjoy it. I like this one a lot actually. Like I said, I like the whole lot of I'm the opposite of you. The show don't tell. Like for me, if there were to show, I need to see a lot of practical effects, a lot of gore. I look at other things when I'm thinking of movies. But for this, you know, they did just the bare minimum where they didn't show that much. But then at the same time, the after effect of what the demon did to people was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Even though they never show specifically how it does it, it's like, okay, this thing really does work when it fucking gets its hands on you. So that lets me know, like, this is still real shit. And just the overall film, the atmosphere, the actual camera shots they do, the whole atmosphere they've created, the acting was fucking fire, I felt. And the characters were likable. We're a little group of friends. We don't know a lot about them, but we get their personality. Except for the sister. The sister was just there.
I really liked how the director's choice do their angles. A lot of times they did the circling where they would just pan over the entire area because they were just showing you that.
This is what the person's looking at.
Yeah, exactly. They're showing from the perspectives of someone could be watching, so they're giving you like every angle, any chance they can, like in case something might be there.
And then I like how they put fucking our boy Paul in there, bro, for like the suckers like us, man. Like, you know, my boy. Like when he finally hit, dude, I clapped. I was by myself and I clapped.
Rooting for him the whole movie, you know?
That's what I'm saying. He was like Rudy, bro. He just finally got in the game at the end, you know?
Yeah, still at the same time, it's still like one of those like kind of fucked up moments where like she's still kind of giving him the curse too. Like, is that?
But he's
I know,
well aware,
I know you're being
right?
noble for it, but
Let's
it's
be
just-
honest, man. There's worse curses you can get.
No, sure. I mean, this is a curse you can easily attempt to avoid or do a good job at.
Well, no, just the
Getting rid of.
actual act of getting the curse. Like,
Yeah,
you didn't
no,
watch
no,
a
that's-
videotape. He didn't walk into a house.
Right.
He walked into some fucking juicy. You know?
Yeah. But I still like it's an unhealthy relationship for them two all the way.
They're just going to be passing it back and forth to each other.
Pretty much. So
That's
wait,
what I thought of. They're just, because if she still had it last, right? And
she
they
could still get it, though. Like, she could still get hurt by that demon, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, only if, like I said, that's what's going to be the fucked up part of it, is it's just getting passed back and forth between them. So they won't know which one it's coming after.
Or even crazier, like what if one of the people they gave it to and that chick like gives birth to a child and then that child might be cursed too.
I know, but you would think that it would never get that far.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's going to kill them
it would
within,
probably catch them before they get a chance to.
before the 9 months are up. Unless, like, they just happen to hop on a plane and go far away. But that seems
a little,
a stretch.
yeah. Because this is a town where I don't think anybody would leave.
Doesn't look like it. So, the way I rate movies, I do a scale of 1 to 6 inches.
That's some serious irony for this movie right there.
Why do you think I do that?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Let me guess. Is it probably like jaw drop? Like
Oh.
It's a good guess, but no.
I can't do that.
Mia.
I got my spacers.
I have no idea.
I don't want to guess.
Okay, so I googled the length of the average taco,
Oh.
and it's 6 inches.
That's
oh
cool.
wow.
You
Oh.
sick fucks.
That was smart. I know. My head went straight through the gutter, dude.
So it's the Death Taco podcast, guys. It's kind of in the name.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
how very excited you got during the movie.
You did that shit on purpose. You know we weren't gonna say a damn taco.
I can just read it all over your face, bro. Just
I
like
know, I
dicks
was-
falling out of the sky behind you.
At least mine was something.
He
You
tried.
picked a really
I
good
tried.
one, though.
Yeah.
I respect it. So 1 to 6, where are you guys at on this?
I would say
hearing that?
That sounded like a scream, dude.
You guys hearing that?
The fucking ambulance or whatever? Or fire truck?
No.
yeah, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is, but
Oh, I
it
heard
sounds like
something else.
screaming.
It's like echoing.
Fuck
So-
no, get me out. I did not
You did that earlier. You kicked yours, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what was that?
I would
I-
give it a. Go ahead.
I would do probably like a 6 again.
Ooh. So
You liked it
think
that much?
Wait, but you give it a 6. 6 is saying you think
6
it's
is
flawless.
saying like
6 is
it's
flawless,
good, right?
Like you have no complaints whatsoever.
That was a delicious taco.
Okay, let me backtrack.
I'm not telling you to change your
no,
answer.
no,
I'm just
but let me backtrack because I'm the type that I don't like the end. I didn't like the ending. That was the only thing about it. Other than that, I liked it. So I'll say a 5.
okay.
I just didn't like how like uncut it was. Like it was just So
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
say 5.
I believe it. All right.
Say 4 just because I don't like scary movies too much. You know? But what the acting was pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I give it 4 as well. Like it was it was a well done movie. It was a well done genre for the movies of horror. Like they did a good job. Just there's the little things that they could have probably just touched up on a bit better. Just because scenario based, like everybody's being so
There's more context.
just not even context. Just how they went about going about it. Just the fucking in the entity itself. I was just like a lot of times like. You could do something better. You could do a bit more, but they just chose to run away.
So 4 is a generous thing from you, I feel, because like you said, it wasn't your favorite movie,
No.
but you still rated it positively.
I
which
did.
is-
It's good.
which
I-
speaks to the film.
They did a good job of the film in its entirety. Like it's something anybody could watch and say, you know, that was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I have movies like that also where I'm like, okay, I could tell this is like a really good movie and critically it's probably well received, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. For me personally, I don't usually do this, but for me, I really, really like this movie. I go 6 because like how I said to you, like pick something that you didn't care for. I like the end. I like the story. I like the effects. I like I like the conception of what they went for with the actual what it looked like to people. So for me, it checked all the boxes. So I'm not sure if this is only like episode 13 for me, but I don't know if I've given a 6 yet.
Oh, wow.
So this might be my first 6.
Nice.
But my favorite thing, the reason why I do this podcast is because in person, like if I have get-togethers, I love showing people movies and getting their reactions to the first time.
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys all went into this blind and we're getting to talk about it is a fucking blessing to me, yo. This is fun as shit. And I'm
Yeah,
really
hella.
grateful that you guys came and did this with me and got to let me experience this with you guys also.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for
Thank
sure.
you.
Cool. That'll be fun. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. You guys want to go ahead and plug your show?
What's our show? No, I'm just. You can catch us on No Solutions Podcast every Monday and Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Yeah, you can find us No
all
Solutions.
platforms.
Yep, everywhere.
Social media?
Yep, No Solutions Podcast at No Solutions Podcast everywhere.
Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah, Instagram,
got a Twitter?
Facebook, TikTok.
We do.
No.
We
Really
have a
got a Twitter?
Twitter, but
We
I
started
don't
it?
post anything on it.
Yeah, I don't know how to use Twitter, so I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, no.
It's really hard to like post because I feel like Twitter is just like
You just put statements,
moment,
right?
yeah.
Links.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
We got TikTok.
we do got TikTok. We haven't done anything with it,
Yeah,
but we
we
got
haven't done
TikTok
anything.
too. Yeah.
I'm barely playing with TikTok, but
It's hard, dude. It's time consuming too.
Yeah.
it is. But no, so thank you guys for coming once again. I need to start figuring out if I want to do this at the fucking beginning. So, guys, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Death Taco Podcast. Also on TikTok. This is available on Spotify, Apple Music. I'm 50-50 on that. I don't know, guys. You got to find out. If you're on Apple Music,
Yeah,
let
it's
me
on
know.
Apple Music.
It is?
Yeah, I have it on.
Oh, fuck yeah. And Google. I feel like Google is the best go-to, bro, because you don't have to have a subscription for anything. You just literally Google it and it's on Google Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, you don't either if you have an iPhone.
You just said it, bro. You need to have an iPhone. Not all of us live in fucking golden houses with diamond toilets, bro. And wipe our ass with $100 bills, dog.
Dude, I've seen homeless people with iPhones, which probably, now thinking about it, they probably weren't homeless.
They probably did some strange things for that iPhone that I'm not capable of doing. But anyways, guys, thank you for coming. We appreciate the No Solutions podcast. This has been the Death Taco podcast.